It's time for Evanston Red Devil Sports live on mylocalradio.com and on the radio with KNYN 99.1 FM. Evanston Red Devil Sports is brought to you by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Uintah County School District Number 1, Bear River Dental, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Western Wyoming Community College and Uintah BOCES Number 1. Ready. Mountain West Business Solutions, the University of Wyoming, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cache Valley Visitors Bureau, Dr. McKay Frankham, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Freeway Tire, the Come On Inn in Casper, and by Dr. Todd Hoover. And now it's time to sit back and relax as we take you to the action with the voice of the Evanston Red Devils, Elan Olliff.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Les Schwab Plains Tire broadcast booth and the Union broadcast booth for today's special presentation of Evanston and Lyman boys swimming here on the My Local Radio Sports Network. I'm Elan Olliff, joined by Anthony Colasuono. And Anthony, this is something we don't get to do very often, but it's always a treat when we get the opportunity.
Definitely a treat. We get to see these swimmers showcase their talents, and either on the dive or the 100-meter or whatever competition is, we just see a great showcase of talent.
It is going to be awesome, and it's going to be fast and furious. There are about 15 events taking place here today, but swimming's kind of known for getting through them and getting through them quick. We will know more as the heat sheets come out at who the favorites are. 4 teams are here this afternoon. Of course, Lyman hosting, Evanston coming down from 30 minutes down the road, and then you have Sublette County, which is the combination of Big Piney and Pinedale, and then, of course, Kemmer will be here as well. These 4 teams, they've seen a lot of each other. Evanston has gotten the best of these teams throughout the time, but Lyman, they have such a strong swimming tradition. It promises to be a great event. We're about 30 minutes away from getting started, and we have a pre-meet program brought to you by our friends at Cazin's Ace and Furniture, as well as Bobby Dolezal with Big Country Properties. We'll have more when we come back after this. You're tuned in to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston and Lyman High School boys swimming, live on mylocalradio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Helpful, friendly, and knowledgeable, the staff at Cazin's Ace Hardware is ready to assist with any home improvement project. Cazin's Ace Hardware, the helpful place, has expanded their store and inventory to meet your every need. Next time you're updating, painting, or maintaining your home, or you're in need of small engine repair on your lawnmower, chainsaw, or snowblower, visit Cazin's Ace Hardware at 800 Front Street in Evanston.
Get back to feeling your best with Evanston Regional Hospital Physical Therapy. If you find yourself struggling with pain or limited mobility in your everyday life, your recovery starts here. With a personalized treatment plan just for you, our experienced physical therapists will help you every step of the way to reach your goals and get back to doing what you love. Call us today to schedule an appointment. Evanston Regional Hospital, helping you get your life back.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
Do you want to further your education? Are you thinking of attending college? You can start now here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach provides students with a low-cost alternative to leaving town. Western offers a variety of degrees including nursing, BAS, and our brand new cybersecurity, also offering a variety of certificate programs that can be completed all right here in Evanston. Western Evanston Outreach, we are your local community college.
Founded in 1938 with the hopes and dreams of serving the Bridger Valley, Benedict's Trading Company was started. Now 85 years and 3 generations later, Benedict's Market is still serving the Bridger Valley by offering the highest quality meats and fresh produce to having fresh baked items and hot deli options. Benedict's Market is your one-stop for all of your grocery needs. Benedict's Market offers the best services in a modern setting to make your shopping both quick and easy. Visit them today at 950 North Highway 414, Mountain View, Wyoming.
And we welcome you live to Lyman High School for today's swim meet. It's the 2024, I almost said 2023, 2024 Lyman Boys Swimming Invite. Elan, Olliff alongside Anthony Colasuono in the Union broadcast booth. As we get set for this one, and Anthony, when we look at the heat sheets, we are in for some great races. Let's go ahead and start off with the 200-yard medley relay. Kemmer's A-team featuring Jacob Platt, Sandal Bowman, Gabe Platt, and Thomas Simons are the favorites with a seed time of 1:42.39. Actually quite a bit a ways in front of everyone else.
Yeah, you look at the nearest time. That is Evanston's A-team of 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and 33 seconds. So definitely Kemmer's boys 200-yard melee team right there is going to be ready and firing to go.
In the 200-yard freestyle, the favorite is Evanston sophomore Jacob Olson, who has a full 5-second lead over his fellow sophomore Hiram Bell on the seed times. However, these seed times, they kind of give you an idea who the players are, but we have seen many, many times where people outperform their seed times, and anyone can win this race. Moving on to the boys' 200-yard individual medley, Wyatt Sawyer of Evanston comes in with the fastest seed time, the senior, with a 2:19.89, full 5 seconds faster than Killian Camden out of Kemmer. In the 50-yard freestyle, a blink and you miss it type event, Hanky Phillips of Evanston with a 24.8 is the fastest seed time in lane 4. Then we'll have a little bit of a break as they get ready for the diving. It'll be 5 divers at 6 dives apiece. Evanston senior Eric Hughes, the favorite in that event. Then they'll take a 10-minute event or 10-minute break as they'll set up for the 100-yard butterfly with Andy McClure of Sublette County, your favorite there. Moving on to the 100-yard freestyle, Jacob Olson of Evanston is the favorite. The sophomore comes in with a 50.64 seed time. And then in the 500-yard freestyle, we'll have a full heat of that. 7 of those young men competing in the grueling event. Hiram Bell of Evanston comes in with the fastest seed time at 5:52. Then to the 200-yard freestyle relay, Kemmer's A-team of Malachi Villarreal, Camden Killian, Bowman Sandal, and Coulter Krell are the fastest seed time. But Evanston's A-team of Wyatt Sawyer, Hanky Phillips, Gavin Branning, and Jacob Olson only a second off the pace. That could be one of the races we keep an eye on, the most excited about.
It's probably going to be the most exciting race of the day. Less than a second in swimming is phenomenal. We're going to have a dogfight on that last lap for sure, just based on all these times.
Absolutely. Moving on to the boys' 100-yard backstroke. Your fastest time, it's Killian Camden, the senior from Kemmer, with a 4-second advantage over Trey Buckner out of Lyman. And in the 100-yard breaststroke, it is Eldon Hoagman, the sophomore from Evanston, 1:12.77, 3 seconds faster than senior from Evanston, Hanky Phillips. And then in the final event of the day, it's the boys' 400-yard freestyle relay, where Evanston's B team, Jackson Daniels, Hiram Bell, Gavin Branning, and Eldon Hoagman have the fastest seed time at a 1:39.15. So that's all the fun we've got in store for us this afternoon here on our pre-race show, brought to you by Cazin's Ace and Furniture in Evanston and Big Country Properties with Bobby Dolezal. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have our Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming pre-race coaches show. We got a chance to talk with Evanston coach Kate Schmidt. We'll hear from her right after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle Swimming, live on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
Uintah County School District Number 4 has established a tradition of excellence in academics and extracurricular activities. This is made possible by the positive relationship that exists between families and the school district. Our celebration of each student's success is a product of an entire community, making student success a top priority. We are blessed with an outstanding staff whose interaction with students makes the world a better place. Uintah County School District Number 4, continuing our tradition of excellence. Go Buffs!
The best trips away from home always come when you know you're among friends. This is Coulter Patterson, General Manager at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming. I invite you to stay with us every time you're here. We've got the absolute best staff. Lots of our team members have been working together for years, and we feel like we're a happy family. I guarantee you'll feel that when you come stay with us. We're always glad that you choose the Come On In, and we'll do everything to make your stay comfortable and relaxing. The Come On In Hotel and Suites is the best place to stay because we have the best staff in Casper. Come on in today.
Hey there, I'm Jake Major, your local Medicare and insurance benefits advisor for the Bullock Agency of Wyoming. With over 25 years of experience protecting families in rural America, we understand the importance of having an affordable insurance coverage. Whether you're searching for extra coverage or looking to understand and switch your Medicare options, I can help you find a range of top-rated insurance companies and tailor-made packages based on your needs. Call me, Jake Major, today at 307-209-4685 and let's discuss your insurance options. We're the Bullock Agency of Wyoming when benefits matter.
Welcome to the Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming pre-program coaches show, joined now by Coach Kate Schmidt of the Evanston Red Devils. Coach, we're excited to do this broadcast. It's always fun when we get to put swimming out there and do a broadcast of it. But you guys have been on quite a tear. You guys won a few meets. You guys seem to be one of the highest scoring teams on this side in the state, and things really seem to be going well for you guys right now.
They really are. You know, we have a great team this year. We're really strong. It's a good sized team for us. And we're competing. We just went to a meet last weekend in Lander, and there were 13 teams there. And I think we finished 4th. So like, that's solid for us. There were some 4A teams there that we beat, and our kids are just doing really well this year.
You mentioned that there were some 4A teams there that you guys beat. Evanston's moving back to 4A and swimming next year. Seeing some 4A competition, do you feel like that kind of gives you guys a lot more encouragement and a lot more confidence as you guys get ready to make the jump back up to the bigger conference?
You know, only one of our boys next year will have seen 4A competition and qualifying times next year. Our freshmen and sophomores have only been in 3A. It's going to be a big change for them. And it's going to be a hard change. 4A is very different. The vibe is very different than 3A, from all the coaches and kids and all around. It's just a very different vibe. So really, we're going to be brand new in 4A. Coach Levine and I have coached 4A, obviously, for many years, but our kids really haven't been a part of that 4A program.
Well, kind of talking about this year with 3A, you guys are competing very, very well. Lander, you mentioned going to a meet that they've hosted. They're a team that can beat any 4A team out there. The competition, it's not as if you guys are jumping to 4A and it's a much harder level of competition. It seems like the difference between 3A and 4A is pretty minuscule right now.
Yeah, competing wise, yes. Qualifying times, it does make a big difference for our kids. But I think our kids can do it, really. It's going to be an adjustment, but every kid on our team works so hard. And they've been working so hard this season. So that's good. We're swimming them like we would next year anyway. Mm-hmm. So nothing will change practice wise and preparing them for 4A. It's just a matter of hitting those qualifying times.
Coach Schmidt, when you look at the team this year, you mentioned that there is going to be some turnover next year, but talk to us a little bit about the future of Evanston boys swimming. It seems like it does seem to be in a really good spot. You guys have a lot of great participation at the middle school levels. Yeah, you don't get 100% retention, but it does seem like Evanston swimming is in a very healthy spot right now when you look at the pipeline coming up.
I think so. Coach Levine and I have been coaching the boys for a really long time. So I think not having turnover in coaches helps a program as well. The kids talk and they know what to expect, and it's the same mentality year after year. So that's good for our kids, and I think that's good for our program.
Talk to me a little bit about what your guys' expectations are on Friday when you guys go to Lyman for this 4-team invite.
So it's one of our last meets before conference. We swim Friday in Lyman, and then we go to Kemmer on Saturday. So, and then the next weekend is conference. So we're swimming tired right now. We've been pushing the boys really hard because the kids that haven't qualified will start taper for conference. But everyone is pushing really, really hard, and they're swimming tired. I expect us to swim well. Our kids are going to be, our non-qualifiers will be put in, their events that they're closest in, and our qualifiers, who knows, we can mess with that for the next couple of meets before we have to get real serious and start really honing in on what we think they're going to do for state.
That is Coach Kate Schmidt, coach for Evanston boys swimming. Coach, thank you so much for the time. Best of luck to you guys on Friday. We cannot wait to see this. We always love it when we get a chance to feature you guys on the broadcast. Anything else before we wrap this up?
No, we're so excited that you guys are coming. It should be a good meet.
And a big thank you to Coach Kate Schmidt for joining us on the Jake Major with the Bullock Agency of Wyoming pregame coaches show. And Anthony, you heard her. It's going to be a lot of fun. Starting to see a little bit of tapering happening for this Evanston Red Devil team. I suspect the same for Lyman.
Yeah, both teams are going to get tired over the season. Not just swimming across boy swimming in Wyoming anyway. Over the course, the players are going to get tired, going to have to conserve energy, but it's going to be a fun meet today.
We're going to be right back with our Ellingford brothers keys to the game, but we're going to rename it kind of Race to Watch. We've got some races that we are excited about to see what happens here. We'll be right back after this. You're tuned in to the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle Swimming live on My Local Radio and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Explore Logan, Utah. We've got so much awesomeness, I don't know where to begin. Your hotel is only 10 minutes from the gorgeous National Forest for hiking and biking, birdwatching, and wildflower spying. Logan is Utah's heart of the arts, with more than 253 live professional performances this summer and free concerts every weekday. Catch the Garters Market and tons of festivals and fun. Head to Logan. You won't break the bank on less than a tank. ExploreLogan.com.
In the past, when you needed a crown, it took multiple appointments and a mouthful of goop to create a mold of your teeth. Those days are gone. Bear River Dental has equipment that gets your crown done in one appointment.
So this is the scanner for our same-day crowns, and as you can see, we go through, we scan it, and then we're able to design exactly what your crown's going to look like, and then we send that to the mill and it's going to cut it out. It's going to look just like it's shown on the screen.
The same-day crown machine builds your new crown for a perfect fit. Same-day crowns are one of the many services offered at Bear River Dental in Evanston. Call today to schedule an appointment.
When you're looking for great deals on a vehicle, you'll find them at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston. With 2 locations to serve you, let your adventure start here. Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston, legend driven.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
Quality is the one thing that you can always count on when you do business with Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. You always get high-quality products and friendly, knowledgeable service at Ellingford's. Stop in today, 199 County Road, Evanston.
And we welcome you back to the Les Schwab Plain Stars broadcast booth on our pre-race program brought to you by Big Country Properties with Bobby Dolezal and Cazin's Ace and Furniture in Evanston. Well, Anthony, it's time for our Ellingford Brothers race to watch, and it's kind of obvious when you look at it. It's got to be that 200-yard freestyle relay, considering that the top 2 teams, of course, Kemmer's A team comes in with a seed time of 1:37.56. Evanston's A team comes in with a 1:38.58. So almost exactly a second separating those 2 teams.
That's incredible right there. And it's going to come down to, honestly, the swimmers. It's going to come down to who wants it more in that moment, but also having the right posture through the water is going to be critical for this 200-yard freestyle. And it's going to be an amazing finish. And also some other teams could be in the picture as well.
Other races kind of keep your eye on is that boys, well, of course it's all boys because it's the boys swim meet, but the 100-yard breaststroke, that A heat, sophomore Eldon Hoagman with a 3-second lead in the seed times over Evanston senior Hanky Phillips, so that's something to keep your eye on as well. The 500-yard freestyle looks a little intriguing as well, as Hiram Bell and Kyler Hoagman from Evanston are 2 of the top 3 qualifiers there. Also keep your eye on the diving, as that should be very interesting. Eric Hughes comes in at 40 points over Sandal Bowman. 5 divers will be diving. It'll be Evanston's Eric Hughes, Kemmer's Bowman Sandal, Evanston's Michael Jackson, Evanston's Cade Sims, and Sublette County's Lyle Morgan. Those are our Ellingford Brothers races to watch as we rapidly approach the start of this one. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we will have more of our pre-race program, culminating with the start of the 2024 Lyman Boys Swimming Invite. You're tuned in to First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Eagles and Red Devils swimming live on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
With 25 years of successful industry experience, Mountain West Business Solutions looks forward to providing all of our customers with exceptional service, industry-leading technology, and a one-of-a-kind buying experience. Having your office equipped with the right technology makes all the difference in the world. With a lower cost per print, we will supply you with the right technology for the best price. Great people, great products, and great service. Mountain West Business Solutions.
High school sports. We love it. We support it. We're your #1 fan. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their love for sports. You are champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong successful financial habits. You're awesome. Trona Valley, member NCUA. TronaValley.com. We're here for you.
Are you looking for a dental experience that's quicker, more precise, and more comfortable? Look no further. Welcome to Black's Fork Dental, where we bring you the latest in dental technology with our Trios 3D scanner. Our team can scan images of your teeth and gums in seconds, ensuring precise measurements and accurate results, allowing us to design personalized treatment plans tailored to your unique needs. Whether it's crowns, bridges, or clear correct treatments, we've got you covered. Right now, we're offering a 10% discount on any scan procedure. Schedule your appointment with Black's Fork Dental at blacksforkdental.com, where advanced technology meets compassionate care.
Bridger Valley Electric Association provides safe, reliable, and affordable electric energy and related services to their member owners in Wyoming and Utah. Bridger Valley Electric is a consumer-owned cooperative.
Early mornings, tired muscles, pride, and grit. At Varsity Inc., we know how much work goes into building competitive teams. We work hard providing the gear you need to celebrate the teams you love. Be your athlete's biggest fan in apparel from Varsity Inc. Come in today, 926 Main Street, Evanston.
Buying or selling is a simple process if you're working with the right real estate agent. This is Bobby Dalzall, broker with Big Country Properties. We have agents serving both Lincoln and Uintah counties that can assist you with all of your real estate needs. We are the top listing and selling brokerage in the Bridger Valley and strive to be honest, hardworking, and thorough. Whether buying or selling, we make it happen. Call us today at Big Country Properties, 307-782-3556.
And we get ready for our first event. It's the 200-yard medley relay. And let's go through our lane assignments for this heat. Brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric Association. Heat 1 of 1 in the 200-yard medley relay. It's Evanston's B team in lane 1. By the way, lane 1 will be furthest on your left on the screen, and it'll work left to right on your screen on mylocalradio.com as we get ready. Lane 1 is Evanston B, featuring Brady Schmidt, Michael Adams, Juan Segura, and Carter Horton. Lane 2 is Kemmer A, the favorites, Jacob Platt, Bowman Sandel, Gabe Platt, and Thomas Simons. Lane 3 is Evanston A with a time of... 1 second, I might have gotten that wrong. Hang on. Actually, Evanston's A is the favorite. They have the 142.39. No time for Evanston B, which kind of threw me off. So it's Evanston A is the favorite. In lane 3, Hanky Phillips, Kyler Hoagman, Eldon Hoagman, and Wyatt Sawyer. Lane 4 is Sublette County A with Gage Scooby, Caden Day, Jared Hacklin, and Wyatt Hyde. Lane 5 is Lyman A with Odin Iyer, Miles Taylor, Spencer Cole, and Porter Swenson. And Sublette County B in lane 6 with Tucker Boyce, Christian Dennis, Arik Lillis, and Lyle Morgan. So we get set. The backstroke flags are put into there. And Anthony, this is your first one meet, so you may not know. The reason that they have those flags is those are put at a predetermined distance away from the wall. Okay. And during warm-ups, the swimmers will doing the backstroke or competing in the IM where backstroke will be required. They get their stroke count, meaning as soon as they pass under those flags, it's this many strokes to the wall so they can time their flip turn just right.
I did not know that as a kid. When I went to the, went to the aquatic center, I thought they're just for a decoration or just for the event in general to add some fun environment. But that is pretty neat right there. You learn something every single day.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few things that when you go to your local pool, you kind of see it and you don't think much of it, but it does have to do with the sport of swim racing. The flags is just one of those things.
Huh. Very, very interesting. Now I know that. Now I know a little fun fact whenever I go to the aquatic center.
Those lane assignments brought in Heat 1 of 1 in the 200-yard medley relay brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric, a Touchstone cooperative. So it'll be the 200-yard medley relay. Then we'll have 3 heats of the 200-yard freestyle, followed by 2 heats of the 200-yard individual medley, and then 2 heats of the 50-yard freestyle. Then we'll take a break to get set for the diving. 5 divers, 6 dives apiece. And during that time, we'll crank up the crowd mic and let the people who actually know the dives do the talking. As I was a swimmer, not a diver. I do not. The formula that goes into diving scores is something that still confounds me to this day.
I'm not a diver either. Whenever I jump into the pool, it's just a big old splash. I don't, just a cannonball.
So after the diving, we'll have a 10-minute break, which is required for them to kind of get re-warmed up. And then we'll kick it off with the second half of our meet with the 100-yard butterfly, 2 heats of that. Then the 100-yard freestyle, 3 heats of that, 1 heat of 500-yard freestyle. Then we'll have the 200-yard freestyle relay with 2 heats of that. And then the boys' 100-yard backstroke, 2 heats of that, 200-yard breaststroke, 2 heats of that event. And it'll all end with the 400-yard freestyle relay with 2 heats in that event as well. As it is 2 o'clock and we are ready to get started here with Evanston and Lyman swimming here at the 2024. There it is. I made the mistake. 2024 Lyman boys swimming invites.
You see all the teams over to the right side and on the left side as well, just talking amongst themselves, preparing for this. Coaches talking to them as well, just going through last-minute routines, and just can't wait to get started here and see some amazing athletes here in Lyman.
Absolutely, as looks like we're going to have the national anthem here in a minute as they get ready to get started here. And we will go radio silent for our national anthem. So not a national anthem, but instead a Pledge of Allegiance as we get ready to get started here in the event number 1, the boys 200-yard medley relay. Again, Evanston B in lane 1. Lanes starting left to right on your screen on mylocalradio.com. Evanston B in lane 1, Kemmer A in lane 2, Evanston A in lane 3, the favorites. Sublette County A in 4, Lyman A in 5, and Sublette County B in 6.
Swimmers getting ready to go onto the boards here in what's going to be a great day of swimming here in heat number 1 for the 200-yard medley relay.
In the medley relay, it starts with the leadoff man swimming 50 yards of backstroke. Then the number 2 will swim 50 yards of breaststroke. Then the number 3 man swims 50 yards of butterfly, and then the anchor 50 yards of freestyle to bring it home. So they will start with the backstrokers, who will start in the water and will grasp those handles right below the starting blocks and get ready to do the backstroke entry, which is, as you would imagine, completely different from a traditional racing dive. Basically, the racing dive, basically a modified belly flop. When done right, you could do it in the shallow areas of the pool. Don't ask me how I know that.
I'll just belly flop entirely. Just hurt my
you take
stomach.
a lot of it on your shoulders and kind of your pectoral area.
Okay.
As they are awaiting to get in the pool for Evanston B in lane 1, it's Brady Schmidt. Kemmer A in lane 2, Jacob Platt. Hanky Phillips for Evanston A in lane 3. Gage Scooby for Sublette County in lane 4. By the way, that's Sublette A. Odin Air in Lyman's lane A will be in lane 5. And Sublette County's B will send Tucker Boyce in lane 6.
Down with some big names to start out, as the backstroke, a very key figure of this. You got to get on the right foot to get your teammates a good advantage.
Well, it sounds from the sounds of the radio, it sounds like they're waiting for a one-timer to get into position, and then we'll be ready to go. Also in the duel, the relay is worth more points. So in order, our team score, not duel, as it's not duel, but it is an invite. But in the team competition, the relays are worth more points. So really important to get off to a hot start if you want to take that team competition.
Absolutely. Definitely, very key in swimming to get a hot start, but also you could have your middle guys in groups that don't get the best to start, kind of rally behind and cut some more seconds off to try to get the best time possible.
As we get set, and there's the whistle to bring the racers to attention. As the leadoff men enter the water. Lane 3 in the red swim cap, that is Hanky Phillips. He leads the team that has the fastest seed time. And we're underway in our first event of the 2024 Lyman Boys Invite. Great start by Hanky Phillips. He takes it all the way to the edge with that start, staying underwater, and he will have about a half a body length already at the turn, heading home, getting ready to send in Kyler Hoagman on the breaststroke leg. In second place, it looks like the Sublet B team actually performing very, very well here as Evanston sends in Hoagman, and the field will follow. Hoagman with another great start. Great start by the first two Evanston A-team guys. Hoagman, known as a breaststroker, he'll be competing in the 200-yard IM later on today. And that actually, it gives advantage to a breaststroker because not a lot of IM guys like swim the breaststroke as well as Hoagman. Hoagman with a huge lead now sends in his brother Eldon. He's now the butterflyer, and he is just stretching out this lead. But check out Sublet B. They're hanging on into second place, but trying to come after them is Lyman A, as well as Sublet A, but already headed home. It is Evanston's Eldon Hoagman.
Evanston just dominating right now. It's such a fantastic start for the Red Devils.
Here comes Wyatt Sawyer, the 500-yard freestyle star, but he is a freestyle specialist. Comes into the wall, and now Sawyer already on the backstretch, and Sublet B holding or checking that. That's actually Lyman A holding in second place. As into the water, it's Porter Swenson for Lyman. But a win for Evanston's A team, as a great performance by Evanston's A team gives them the win out of lane 3 with a 1:49.29. In second place, it will be Lyman's A team as they stop the clock with a 2:04.19. And in third place, it is the Kemmer A team with a 2:09.62. Fourth place is lane 4, Sublette County, with a 2:14.13. Fifth place, lane 1, Evanston B, with a 2:17.70. And still out there, it's Sublette B. In the butterfly right now, it is Ulrich Lillis getting ready to tag into Lyle Morgan as he'll start the final 50 yards of this race.
And for the Sublette B team, it's just getting experience, getting that practice needed. No shame in this whatsoever. You're last time out there, but you're getting experience. You're having fun. That's the most important thing as well. You're doing what you love, as right now Lyle Morgan finishing out that last lap here.
You're absolutely right. It's a development team, 3 freshmen and a senior, as they will stop the clock with a 3:12.228. But it is the Evanston A team of Hanky Phillips, Kyler Hoagman, Eldon Hoagman, and Wyatt Sawyer taking the win as we move on to the 200-yard freestyle relay. And our lane assignment for heat number 1 brought to you by Varsity Inc. We're on your team. Lane 1, it'll be Sublet's Cactus Chrisman, Braden Loisk in lane 2 from Sublet, Jared Hacklin from lane 3, from Sublet in lane 3. Lane 4 is Joshua Sherbel from Sublet. Lane 5, Jacob Freeman from Evanston. Lane 6, Christian Dennis from Sublet.
Now, all freshman lineup for this first heat as well. Jared Hacklin, the top time in this group. And then about a second later is Joshua Sherbull. That's going to be in lane number 4.
It's going to be 8 links to the pool in the 200-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1 of 3, as we'll have a bunch of freshmen and a sophomore in Heat 2, and then the varsity heat featuring a lot of seniors, a couple of sophomores, and a single freshman. And we're underway in Heat 1 of the 200-yard freestyle, and a good start by lane 3's Jared Hacklin. Again, he comes in as the favorite. Hacklin starting to move well at the first turn. He does have the lead, and we'll call it about half a body length on top of lane 6, Christian Dennis. Or check that, that's lane 5's Jacob Freeman from Evanston.
Freeman's getting pace on Hacklin right now.
They are neck and neck at the 50-yard mark. It's going to come down to who has a better turn, and Hacklin looks like he's just holding on, but look at how strong Freeman is right now.
Freeman's looked like he's taking the lead for just a second. Has going to have to touch that wall and has a perfect rotation, and does. And now has gained a lot more mileage.
It's about
on Hacklin.
Just under a body length for Jacob Freeman. He looks like this freshman could be one to keep an eye on. He came in down by the came in with the 3rd fastest seed time, but he looks to be improving that. He comes in with a 2:44.38 as he hits the 125-yard mark, stretching that lead out to well over a body length. But there's a battle for second place between Braden Losick, Jared Hacklin, and Joshua Sherbull.
All 3 of those swimmers from Sublette County going to have to get off the wall here well, and they do. Freeman still in the driver's seat at the moment.
And I'm here to tell you, it looks like he is not going to be relinquishing that. It would take a massive blow up on Freeman's part with only 50 yards left as he stops the lap time at 1:54.99, second place. They stop about 5 seconds behind him. Freeman still taking it to that 1:75 mark with well over a body length.
Looks like Freeman may have a personal best here as well, just going through the competition.
2:44.38 is the time he's looking to beat, and he just might do it. It's going to be close as he seems to be tightening up just a hair, but that also may be some energy preservation as he knows he's got a well lead. He's going to break his personal best and stops the clock with a 2:35.77. So Freeman is your winner of heat number 1. Second place is lane 3's Hacklin with a 2:41.51. Third place with a 2:42.06 is Sherbull of Sublette County. Fourth place is Losick. Fifth place is Chrisman. And in sixth place, it is Christian Dennis from Sublette County.
Man, Freeman breaking his time by almost 9 seconds. What a showing by the freshman.
Moving on to heat number 2 of 3. Our lane assignments brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric Association, a Touchstone cooperative. In lane 1, it's Scotty Ring of Sublette. Lane 2, Gavin Bonnet. Lane 3, Stone Hooten. Lane 4, Spencer Cole. Lane 5, Reese Osborne. And lane 6, Carson Ruby. So that 2:35.77 wins the race for the first heat. We'll see what heat 2 does here. And a great start out of lane 4's Spencer Cole. But also keep your eye on lane 3's Stone Hooten. 2 Lyman freshmen going neck and neck, but trying to work his way in it is Reese Osborne of Lyman. we got ourselves a race as really all of them look like they're within striking distance. It'll come down to this turn. And at the wall, it is lane 3, Stone Hooten.
Hooten with a minor lead right now, but both his buddies, 2 teammates, right with him as well as lane 5's Reese Osborne, gaining a little more on second place with against Cole Spencer.
Great turn by Osborne over in lane 5. He's got second place, and now he's got his eyes on Hooten as we hit the halfway point.
Hooten with a good lead at the moment. Lane 2's Gavin Bonnet kind of getting in the range as well with the other 2 Lyman swimmers, but right now Hooten still with that lead.
Check out lane 4 right now, trying to make a move. It is Cole Spencer out of Lyman, but it does look like Osborne's going to try to hold him off, but everyone is chasing the freshman. Stone Hooten came in as the fastest seat time in this heat, and now he's starting to turn on the jets in the second half of this race.
Hooten all by himself out there with the lead at the moment. Going to make that turn once again. Great turn as now he increases that lead.
Over a body length, so with 50 yards to go, we'll see if he tries to shut down a little bit here as he's got this one, but he also has that personal best time that is well within reach at 2:16.87 as he hits the line around the 2-minute mark with 25 yards to go. Here comes Reese Osborne out of lane 5, though. Keep your eye on him.
Osborne trying to make that last-minute stretch for second place. And it looks like he will get second.
Hooten stops the clock with a 2:14.46. So that is good enough to improve his personal best. Second place is lane 5's Jacob Freeman. Lane 2 rather, Gavin Bonnet gets third place. Fourth place goes to lane 4's Spencer Cole. Fifth place to lane 1's Scotty Ring. And sixth place to Carson Ruby. As now we go into this varsity heat. And this lane assignment brought to you by Varsity Inc. In lane 1, it's Braddock Brown of Evanston, Jackson Daniels of Evanston in lane 2, Jacob Olson from Evanston in lane 3, Hiram Bell from Evanston in lane 4, Mason Amoni, the lone freshman from Lyman in lane 5, and Coulter Krell from Kemmer in lane 6. Varsity Inc., we're on your team presenting those lane assignments.
Going to be a good heat, a lot of varsity experience. Let's see what Mason Amoni could do, the freshman.
I'll tell you right now, Amoni with a great start. And he may have an early lead, but it's too close to tell. But lane 3's Jacob Olson, he's the favorite. At the flip turn, he does have a lead that he might be able to stretch out over Amoni and his teammate, Hiram Bell.
Hiram Bell in lane 4, gaining momentum on Amoni.
Oof. Great turn by Amoni, comes pretty much equal with Olson, the freshman from Lyman. There's a reason why he's swimming in this varsity heat, and he just might have taken the lead. I think he's got it by just a hair. At the turn, it is Imoni.
Has the lead over Jacob Olson here.
He came down by 9 seconds in the seed time, and Imoni out of lane 5 might be sneaking one here at the halfway point. It is Imoni. Olson in second, and then at third, it's a battle between Jackson Daniels and Hiram Bell of Evanston.
Amoni with a slim lead. Olson saying, not quite yet, young fella. I am still there. But Amoni, a great turn, increases that lead just a little bit.
Good turn by Olson, but he might be running out of real estate. Imoni stretching that lead to a body length and is not letting up. The battle for third is heating up between lanes 2 and 4. Jackson Daniels and Hiram Bell, but Imoni on the backstretch. Still with a body length. This could be a great win for the freshman.
Imoni once again now on that last stretch.
Oh, what a turn by Olson. He's trying to trim down this lead. It might be too little too late. I don't think there's enough pull.
Olson has the momentum.
Olson may be proving me wrong. In lane 3, Olson chasing him down, but Imoni's going to hang on and win this one taking the win. It's second place, it's Olson. Third place, it's Bell from Evanston. Fourth place, it is Daniels. Fifth place is Brown. And sixth place is going to be Coulter Krell. So Imoni takes the win. Olson is second. And in third place is Lane 4's Hiram Bell.
Imoni with a 2-minute, 31-second time. Blazing fast.
No, I think that is too flat.
Too flat?
For Imoni. Too flat 31. Blowing away his personal best at 2:07.70. All right, now we move on to our next event. It is the 200-yard IM, and Bridger Valley Electric Association Cooperative sponsoring our lane assignments for Heat 1. Jaden Casper from Evanston, Lane 1. Gabe Platt from Kemmer in Lane 2. Brooks Hooten from Lyman in 3. Michael Adams from Evanston in 4. Wyatt Hyde from Sublette County in Lane 5. It's 50 yards of butterfly, 50 yards of backstroke, 50 yards of breaststroke, and then 50 yards of freestyle. Butterfly, this was the stroke that caused me so much heartache when I did this because it's all about timing, it's all about rhythm, and it's one of those things that when you get it right, it's poetry in motion. When you get it wrong, it looks ugly as sin. And we got ourselves a great race over in Lane 3. Brooks Hooten of Lyman trying to pull ahead, but not giving up. Coulter Krell of Kemmer as well. They are neck and neck as they go into the backstroke. Also, keep your eye on Michael Adams of Evanston.
Brooks Hooten with a slim lead so far in the backstroke. And Michael Adams right there with him.
It's going to come down to the turn right here as Adams actually turns over a little bit earlier, and they are neck and neck. They hit the wall at the exact same time, and you see them right there. What a great backstroke here by Michael Adams.
That early turn might give Adams the lead.
And it does look like he is starting to push a little bit. This will be the teller, the breaststroke. This is probably one of the most specialized strokes as they are neck and neck. 123 to 122. The breaststroke, all about timing. How long can you hold that glide using the momentum off of that frog kick? And look at Michael Adams of Evanston. This is where he could take a lead, stretching it out to almost a body length. At the turn, he does have about a body length.
Good lead right now by Adams. Hoon right there in second, trying to get that glide going. But it's all Michael Adams, the freshman from Evanston.
The freshman heading to the wall. In third place, though, it is Lane 2's Gabe Platt of Kemmer. Adams into the final 50 yards, goes into the freestyle. And we'll see if Brooks Hooten can put on a charge in the freestyle, trying to close down some real estate
Platt
here.
trailing on Hooten right now at the moment for second place, as Adams has that opening in first.
Fast turn from Adams. Hooten with a good turn on the other end. Keep your eye on Lane 2. Gabe Platt might be coming after Adams for second, and it does look like Adams will win it. Gabe Platt might be coming after Hooten for second as Platt wins it with a 2:35.86. Second place is Hooten with a 2:45.0. 2:42.47 is third place for Platt.
Fourth place, Jaden Casper. And fifth place, Wyatt Hyde of Sublette County.
So that is heat number 1 for our 200-yard individual medley. Moving on to the lane assignments for the varsity heat. It's brought to you by Varsity Inc. Varsity Inc., we're on your team. In lane 1, it's Trey Buckner from Lyman. Lane 2, Evan Bentley from Lyman. Lane 3, Wyatt Sawyer from Evanston. Lane 4, Camden Killian from Kemmer. Lane 5, Kyler Hoagman from Evanston. And lane 6, Gavin Branning from Evanston. Keep your eye on Kyler Hoagman. He's in lane 5. But the way we saw Michael Adams stretch the lead, it was in the breaststroke. That is one of the most specialized strokes. That is where Kyler Hoagman makes his name, is in the breaststroke. So if he can get stay in contention with everybody else in lane 5 through the first 2 strokes, you could see him explode and make a move in the breaststroke. Fastest seat time, though, is Wyatt Sawyer of Evanston, 2:19.89. He is a great freestyler.
Definitely a great freestyler, but as we see with these heats, it's anyone's game. We've seen new bests already on the first half of this meet.
Well, you were wondering how fast the event goes by. Well, after this, we'll have the 50-yard freestyle. Then we're into our break for the diving.
Yes.
So it is moving by at a brisk pace here in Lyman.
Like you mentioned, fast and furious pace.
All right. Lots of Evanston kids and lots of Lyman kids in this heat. One Kemmer. And we're underway here in the varsity heat of the 200-yard individual medley. What a start by Hoagman over in lane 5. Kyler Hoagman, his butterfly looks very strong, and he's got an early lead out of the first 25.
The jump by Hoagman, beautiful, and has a lead right now at the moment, but the other competitors catching in on him.
Killian and Sawyer trying to make a move, but in lane 2, it's Evan Bentley of Lyman with the lead as we go into the backstroke.
Backstroke, very key. Let's see what Bentley can do.
In lane 4 right now, Killian making a move here against Bentley. Hoagman just needs to keep in touch going into the breaststroke. And now, still in the lead, it is Evan Bentley of Lyman, the sophomore Eagle.
Right now, a two-way for second. We have Wyatt Sawyer and Camden Killian.
Into the breaststroke they go. And in lane 1, swimming very well, is Trey Buckner of Lyman as well. Into the breaststroke. Look at Sawyer trying to pull back some time in lane 3. Wyatt Sawyer may make a move, but keep your eye on lane 5. Here comes Kyler Hoagman. But holding on to third place right now, it is Killian Camden. At the wall, Camden takes the lead. Hoagman has come back and tried to make this thing interesting. Great turn by Camden in lane 3. Hoagman starting to...
Look at Hoagman here. He is gaining ground.
If Sawyer can stay in touch at the freestyle, he's got a chance, as we have seen him swim great freestyle legs in the past. Camden in first, Sawyer in second. Third place, it is Bentley. Look at Sawyer, though, already starting a chase down here as this thing tightens up. Going into the 175 mark. Sawyer now with the lead going into the turn.
Everyone trying to chase Sawyer at the moment, including Camden Killian of Kemmer.
Here comes Killian trying to take down Sawyer. This is going to be close. Can Sawyer hang on? Yes, he can. He's actually stretching that lead out, heading for the wall, and it is Wyatt Sawyer with the win. A time of 2:20.02. Second place is Killian, and third place is Bentley.
Fourth, Trey Buckner. Fifth, Kyler Hoagman. And sixth, Gavin Branning.
What a race there. Sawyer was actually down going into that final 50, but we knew he was a strong freestyle swimmer, and he was able to pull it all back and then some.
Man, what an effort by Sawyer. You know, at first was a little bit behind the pace, and then on that breaststroke took control, beating out Killian. What a race.
Moving on to event number 4, it's the 50-yard freestyle heat 1 of 2. In lane 1, it'll be Tucker Boyce from Sublette. Lane 2, Kyle Donaldson of Sublette. Lane 3, Brady Schmidt of Evanston. Jacob Platt of Kemmer in lane 4. Draymond Nebeker from Evanston in lane 5. Gage Scooby from Sublette in lane 6. And Nolan Orm from Sublette in lane 7. Those lane assignments brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric Association, a Touchstone cooperative. And we're hearing that lane 5, Draymond Nebeker is not going to be participating in this race. Kind of a turnout from him.
Six instead of the 7 scheduled.
"50-yard freestyle, Anthony. It's down and back. It's going to be fast."
Getting a good jump is going to be key in this situation. It could prolong a potential win.
Well, really, it's all about 2 things in the 50-yard freestyle, the start and the turn. So if you can get a good start and then use that to either have a lead or stay in contact with them, then you have to have a good turn. That's what it's really all about in this race, and we are underway. The start. It looks good for lane 4's Jacob Platt of Kemmer.
Platt with a good lead at the moment, but lane 3, Brady Schmidt closing in.
On their way home, it does look like Platt's extending the lead a little bit out to a body length.
Platt on the way home and gets the victory.
21-5-1 for Platt, 29-4-4, 27-5-1, 29-4-4 for Schmidt. In third place is lane 2's Kyle Donaldson. Fourth place is lane 6, Gage Scooby. And lane 1 is 6th place. That's Tucker Boyce. As we get set for the varsity heat, our lane assignments brought to you by Varsity Inc. Varsity Inc., we're on your team. Here we go. In lane 1, it is Taylor Miles of Lyman. Lane 2, Chase Dennis of Evanston. Lane 3, John Ruby of Sublette. Lane 4, Hanky Phillips of Evanston. Lane 5, Porter Swenson of Lyman. Lane 6, Odin Ayer of Lyman. And lane 7, Caleb Wilson of Sublette. Varsity Inc., we're on your team, and we're underway in the varsity heat of the 50-yard freestyle. Good start by lane 4, Hanky Phillips. The senior has built up his career, and he is looking for a win here today. Great turn, but keep your eye on lane 5. That is Odin Ayer out of Lyman. Oh, in lane 6, this could be a move from Odin Ayer as well. Porter Swenson of Lyman, it doesn't matter. Hanky Phillips wins it 24-8-9. Second place is lane 6, Odin Ayer. Third place is lane 5's Porter Swenson. Fourth place is lane 2, Chase Dennis. And fifth place, lane 3, John Ruby. Sixth place, lane 1, Taylor Miles. And seventh place, lane 7, Caleb Wilson. But Hanky Phillips, he gets the win for the Red Devils.
What a win by Hanky Phillips. Great start, great finish throughout. And with this type of event, we saw Odin and I are almost getting hold of Phillips.
In the Olympics, the pool is 50 meters long, so in that race is literally a one end to the other, no turns necessary. But that was a great win by Hanky Phillips. He was the favorite. As that ends the 50-yard freestyle. And we're going to go and take a break as we get set for the diving. When we come back, we will have 5 divers, 6 dives apiece. You're tuned in to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Lyman Eagle Swimming live on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The Valley Learning Center is a community resource that everyone is invited to use. This is Amy Jensen. We help those interested in attending Western Wyoming Community College with registering for classes and completing financial aid applications. We also offer a wide selection of community enrichment classes for children and adults. We even help our local senior citizens with technology challenges. We're a great community resource that everyone is invited to utilize. Feel free to stop by the center Monday through Friday from 10 to 4. Give us a call or visit our website. We're here to help you, the Valley Learning Center in Mountain View.
Out here, we've always worked remote. Out here, stress usually refers to the pull on a rope. Where a stroll in the city is also a stroll in the great outdoors. Where work is a way of life, and life is good. Out here, the backyards are big, and the deals, they're even bigger. This is southwestern Wyoming, and it's where you can get the biggest deals on a vehicle you want with plenty of hometown hospitality. Heritage Auto, your hometown dealer with the biggest deals.
We're off to the rodeo. My Local Rodeo is proud to bring you live streaming coverage of high school rodeo from Utah and Wyoming, as well as the Intermountain Icebreaker of the National High School Rodeo Association's Western Legacy Series in 2023 and 2024. If you're interested in becoming a broadcast sponsor and advertising your business to the most loyal group of viewers in the country, you won't find a better opportunity. Call us today to claim your spot, 307-789-8116. That's 307-789-8116. We're off to the rodeo.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Having some fun now as we get set for the diving today. But Anthony Colasuono and Elan Olliff live at the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth and the Union broadcast booth, as we will have the diving starting very, very soon. It is going to be 5 divers, 6 dives. But first, Anthony, let's run through what we've had so far in the boys 200-yard medley relay. Evanston's A team featuring Hanky Phillips, Kyler Hoagman, Eldon Hoagman, and Wyatt Sawyer win. Second place is the Lyman A team of Odin Air, Miles Taylor, Spencer Cole, and Porter Swinson take second. And the Kemmer A team of Jacob Platt, Bowman Sandel, Gabe Platt, and Thomas Simons take third.
Yeah, great overall showing by Evanston. And we mainly saw those 4 main swimmers who have all been key names for this program just perform in that boys 200-yard medley race, as Lyman very close at the end, but Evanston just too much to handle.
In the 200-yard freestyle, the varsity round won by the freshman Mason Imoni, who just came out of nowhere, upsets the favorites. Jacob Olson of Evanston is second, and Hiram Bell of Evanston is third. A freshman and 2 sophomores on the podium here today.
Man, what a key day for those guys. They're going to remember that for a while, as, you know, you're a freshman or a sophomore and you beat an experienced senior, 2 seniors in this event. You beat experience. That is so awesome. It's going to be Imoni's day. That's just going to be a highlight of his freshman season of winning this event.
In the boys 200-yard individual medley, it is a win for Wyatt Sawyer. He is down and going into the final 50 and just turns on the jets heading home.
Man, Wyatt Sawyer, what an amazing run there. Behind early, like you said, and just had those great turns at the wall that led him to victory.
Sawyer is first, Evan Bentley of Lyman is second, and Kemmer's Camden Killian takes third, but the day belongs to Evanston's Wyatt Sawyer. And in the 50-yard freestyle, Hanky Phillips of Evanston, the senior, he was the favorite coming into it. He did not disappoint, dominating the 50-yard freestyle. Second place is Odin Air of Lyman, and third place is John Ruby of Sublette County. Through the first 4 events, we have team scores. It is Sublette County 15, Kemmer 23, Lyman 55, and Evanston 72. We'll have another score update in the middle of the 500-yard freestyle.
A great start by Evanston with the lead right now, 72-55 over Lyman. Lyman has no divers in this diving event, so Evanston's going to be able to push that lead just a tiny bit more.
Matter of fact, 3 of the 5 divers coming from Evanston in this one. Let's go ahead and run through the roster. Eric Hughes of Evanston comes in with a 373.8. He is the senior from the Red Devils, the favorite. Kemmer's Bowman Sandel, the sophomore, 333.60. Michael Jackson, the freshman from Evanston, 229.70. Cade Sims of Evanston, the senior, 144.60. And Lyle Morgan, the freshman from Sublette County, with a 122.35. We're going to go ahead and get ready to go radio silent so you can hear the dive announcers as we will go ahead and turn it over to them for the diving. So we're having a little bit of problem getting in the sound, so myself and Anthony are going to try to get through this as much as possible. Eric Hughes will be the first diver for Evanston. Just letting you know, we are far away from the PA system that is announcing the dives. We can kind of make it out. Eric Hughes, of course, the favorite.
Will the audience please be quiet so the judges can concentrate on the divers and focus on the divers?
Good dive in the tuck position as we check it out on our Reese Auto Body instant replay here. Lots to like about that.
Definitely a lot to like.
I'll now bring up Bowman Sandel of Kemmer. Again, we can't really hear the dive numbers, so we apologize as we can't give you as much information as the announcer down at the table with the dive cards can. So we're just kind of going to help you. Best we can probably do is identify the divers. Bowman Sandel of Kemmer. Straight dive for the sophomore as we check it out on the instant replay.
Great dive.
Sounds like you got 6s and 6.5s for that one, as now that'll bring up the freshman Michael Jackson of Evanston. A back straight, it looks like. As we check that one out on the instant replay.
Great air time, making sure to tuck the body and into the pool.
Sounds like a lot of sixes there as well. So that now brings up, I think this is Lyle Morgan from Sublette. Tuck position dive. As we get another look at it on the Reese Auto Body Auto Services instant replay. And it sounds like we've only got 4 divers competing, so it'll be 4 divers, 6 dives, as Kate Sims of Evanston is not present. As Eric Hughes will be the next one from Evanston.
Great dives so far through the first round.
Senior upping the difficulty there in the tuck position on the Reese Auto Services instant replay. Sounds like a lot of 5s and 4s for Hughes. I'll now bring up Bowman Sandel of Kemmer, the sophomore. Sounds like 6 dives apiece for each one of these gentlemen.
Still a lot of dives to go, but after the first couple rounds, you want to be on top of that leaderboard.
Bowman with a beautiful tuck and 2.5 somersault. 5.5, 6.5, 1, yep, 2.5 somersault. 2 somersaults, excuse me. That'll now bring up Michael Jackson of Evanston, the freshman.
Jackson with his dive right there. Hearing 4s for Jackson.
1.5 somersault tuck. As that will now bring up Lyle Morgan as we get ready to complete round number 2 of diving. Apologies, we're not diving experts. I swam in high school and middle school, but didn't dive, so this is a little bit foreign to me. We're doing the best we can. Usually we would crank up the crowd mic so you could hear the PA announcer, but that wasn't working out very well, so we're doing the best we can. Lyle Morgan. Freshman from Sublette County with a 1.5 somersault tuck.
Roars from the crowd.
From what I can make out, sounds like 5s and 4s for the freshman. Eric Hughes, the senior from Evanston, lone senior competing today.
If I was out there, I'd probably just run off the diving board just full force and jump as far as I could.
Just cannonball it? Is that
just
what you're saying?
Just a cannonball it. Maybe a belly flop.
Hughes sets up. Great high pike position for the senior. Sounds like 6 is 6.5 as great pike somersault there from Eric Hughes. Then I'll bring up Bowman Sandel out of Kemmer, the sophomore. After the diving, they will take a customary 10-minute break. And then we'll get ready for the next event, which is the 100-yard butterfly. 3 of 6 diving, big somersault, lots of spin, lots of air time. Great job there from Bowman Sandel as we check it out on the Reese Auto Services instant replay. 1, 2, 2.5 somersault tuck, it looked like. Rotation counting might be off there, as now we'll see Michael Jackson, the freshman from Evanston. Sounded like 6 and 6.5 from the judges.
Good scores for Sandel and Hughes here in this round. Let's see what Jackson can do.
Good looking dive from the freshman. Check it out on the instant replay. Going for somersault and a half. Didn't get the entry he was wanting there.
Slipped a little bit off the board, but nothing too bad to ruin the whole routine.
Of course, this feels obvious to say, but you want as little splash as possible. You want as straight an entry as possible. As Lyle Morgan of Sublette County will be next to go. Somersaults straight. Little bit off kiltered from the board, but he executed it well.
Great landing in the pool, though. A little bit off, but still a great landing.
I can't be sure, but I thought I heard the announcer say 8.5 for that dive. As now that'll bring up Eric Hughes to start round 4. Sounds like 2.5 somersault tuck is going to be the dive from Eric Hughes. That indeed is what it is. Three and 4.5, it sounds like.
Splashed a little bit big.
Terry Wiltz, who coached Rachel Johnson to a state championship, talking with Eric Hughes on the deck. Of course, Johnson, the sophomore, went undefeated this year for Evanston.
Man.
Won the 3A state diving title.
As a sophomore, undefeated and a state champion. Wow.
Bowman Sandel, sophomore from Kemmer. One and a half somersaults for Sandel. 4s and 3s, it sounds like. That will now bring up Michael Jackson for his 4th dive. Lots of rotations on that one as we check it out on the Reese Auto Services instant replay. There's 1, 2. Looked like he was trying to get to 2.5 and just kind of under-rotated a little bit. He's a freshman, but he's got some impressive skills that we've seen so far.
Definitely impressive.
Next up will be Lyle Morgan of Sublet.
Let's see what the freshman can do.
2 freshmen, a sophomore and a senior, are divers today.
A little bit of a tuck at the end. Great dive, a tiny bit offset at the end. Tucked in towards the back region.
1.5 tuck. Or a somersault, sorry. Didn't hear the scores there as we start round 5 for our diving. Eric Hughes of Evanston. What a dive from Hughes.
Great height on that dive. Great landing as well.
Got the elevation. This is going to look awesome on the instant replay. There's 1, 2, 2.5, and is able to enter well. 5 and 6s on that one for Hughes.
Jumped off the board like being shot out of a cannon.
So good. We got to look at it again.
Great dive.
I'll now bring up Bowman Sandel with his 5th dive. Reverse 1.5, it looked like. Good job kind of getting the rotations around. It sounds like 6s for Sandel. Here comes Michael Jackson. That was a backward, not a reverse. My apologies. This going to be a backward start, or reverse start from Jackson.
Good spin on that dive.
Take a look at it, slow it down, soak it all in. Good 1.5 backward somersault tuck, I believe is what that one is called. That'll now bring up Lyle Morgan out of Sublette County.
Morgan trying to get a good dive here to bring up his score.
Back straight. Sounds like 3s and 4s there for Lyle Morgan as Eric Hughes puts his final dive up there.
Hughes going to have a good dive here to maybe probably cement a victory. He's had good dives through the first 5 rounds.
Waiting for the go-ahead. Full with a somersault twist. 4.5 and 3.5 and 4.5, but man, Eric Hughes has been putting it on, and we've been seeing him on the Reese Auto Body Instant Replay all afternoon. That'll now bring up Bowman Sandel to get things going for his final dive. After the diving, we'll take a break, recap what happened, and get you ready for event number 6, the Boys 100-Yard Butterfly. And he'll try a somersault straight with a twist as well.
Same dive from Hughes. Looking at the instant replay, got good rotation.
I'll now bring up Michael Jackson of Evanston. Sounds like a somersault half twist is what we're going to be seeing here. Then was able to make that out. One somersault with a half twist. Just what the doctor ordered. So he does a good job there. 5.5 and 5s for the freshman Jackson. Now bring up our final diver, Lyle Morgan of Sublit. Looks like a somersault with a half twist again. Checking it out on the Reese Auto Services instant replay.
Great rotation in the air, allowing for a good splash.
And that concludes the diving here this afternoon. Eric Hughes, Bowman Sandel, Michael Jackson, and Lyman Morgan putting on a show for you. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second half of today's action. You're tuned in to First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Swim and Eagles Swimming, live on mylocalradio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, can I go play outside?
Yes, you can, but don't forget your sunglasses. Did you know that sunglasses with UV protection can help lower your risk of eye calluses, early cataracts, and macular degeneration? At Uinta Eye and Vision, we can help you find the perfect pair of prescription or non-prescription sunglasses from companies like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and more. Call Uinta Eye and Vision today to protect your eyes from the sun.
Uinta Eye and Vision, 307-789-3937. Uinta Eye and Vision, 789 eyes.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covalos, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covalos has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covalos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covalos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covalos, your one-stop farm and auto shop.
I don't know about you, but every time I go to the grocery store, I'm filled with anxiety. Do I have enough money? Meat prices have doubled. How can I ever work on food storage when I can hardly afford food for this week? Wyoming Wild Meats in Lyman is the solution. Weekly specials are posted on Facebook. Beef, pork, chicken for one meal or a mixed order to fill the freezer. You will find quality Gosner cheese and milk products and delicious bread. Because overhead is low, the savings are passed to every customer. Wyoming Wild Meats, offering fresh domestic meats.
And we welcome you to the Intermission Show, brought to you by UNTI and Vision, where our vision is to improve yours, and Wyoming Wild Meats. Do I have a tagline?
It's Wyoming Wild Meats halftime show. That's
okay.
That's about it.
Offering fresh domestic meats here in, I believe, in Lyman.
Yes. Yep.
All right, up to this point, we've had ourselves a fun time, Anthony, as you want to go over the results.
Yes. So if you're just joining us here, event 1 for the boys, we had the 200-yard medley relay, and Evanston's A team took that victory. Hanky Phillips, Kyler Hogeman, Eldon Hogeman, and Wyatt Sawyer. Second place was Lyman's A team, Odin Iyer, Miles Taylor, Spencer Cole, and Porter Swenson. And third place was Kemmer's A team, Jacob Platt, Bowman Sandel, Gabe Platt, and Thomas Simons.
In the boys 200-yard freestyle, the varsity heat won by Mason Imoni from Lyman. The freshman had a 2:07.70, improves his personal best to 2 flats.
Yes, 2 flat.
An incredible pickup by him. Jacob Olson is second place, the sophomore from Evanston, and the sophomore from Evanston, Hiram Bell, rounds out the podium.
And for the
200-yard individual medley,
it was Wyatt Sawyer from Evanston, with the win. Camden Kalian second, Evan Bentley third, and Trey Buckner fourth, Kyler Hogeman fifth, and Gavin Branning sixth.
The impressive thing about Wyatt's win was going into the final 50 yards where he switched to freestyle. He was actually down by maybe about half a body length, but he's such a good freestyle swimmer that he dominated the turn and was able to kind of get things going his direction. By the time they ended the first 25 yards, he was back in the lead. Just a great dominating swim from Wyatt Sawyer.
Dominating for sure, and outlasted the rest of his competitors.
Absolutely. And then the impressive thing was that there was a lot of quick starts in that race, if you remember. Kyler Hogeman started really, really hot in the butterfly, and then things kind of shut down a little bit more. Sawyer was kind of like that consistent, slow and steady, making sure that he can maintain. He raced it with a strategy.
Yes.
And the strategy was, if I can keep everyone in touch going into the freestyle, I've got them. And that's exactly what he was able to do.
And there's so many different strategies. Some people like just blasting out early to the front. Some like conserving energy. Some like, not purposely getting a slow start, but then ramping it up on the turn back and being able to get a podium finish.
Yeah, and Wyatt, he's also racing a little bit later on in the, I'm trying to see where else he's going to be. I think he's in the butterfly as well. And that's going to be a fun race considering what we now know about 2 of the racers in there. Mason Imoni also is in that race as well.
Ooh, 2 good competitors right there alone. That's gonna be a fun race to watch.
Yeah, and if we've learned anything, it means seed times mean nothing coming into this race.
Yes.
It is towards the end of the season, so I think you're starting to see some athletes start to taper a little bit. Some athletes some athletes are further in their taper than others. We are knocking right on the door of the conference qualifiers, which that's going to be very, very interesting. And, of course, the last chance in about 2 weeks from now. But it's one of those deals where I think every one of these swimmers, they're performing very, very well. But you're starting to see, I think, the effects of a long season. I mean, that the swim that we saw Mason Imoni have, I'm not 100% certain, but that just screams taper to me, considering he was at a 2:07, he comes and improves it to a 2 flat.
Man, impressive ability to bring up bring down the personal best, but also the taper. He's kind of getting to that point, but overall, a great performance.
In the diving, we had, in the boys 50-meter, one thing that stood out to me is Hanky Phillips. He came in. He was the favorite. He had a 2-second advantage over the entire field, really. 2 seconds over 2 of them and 3 seconds over 2 more of them. And one of the hardest things to do in sports is win when you're supposed to, especially when you have the fatigue of a long season in you, when you may be tapering a little bit at the beginning of that taper. But he absolutely handled things perfectly. Great start. and you just knew when he hit that turn, he wasn't letting this thing go.
Beautiful turn by Hanky Phillips. And yeah, right when he hit that, he just blasted even more through the water, and an easy victory for him.
We just saw 4 divers compete: Eric Hughes, Bowman Sandel, Michael Jackson, and Lyle Morgan. Of course, Hughes and Jackson from Evanston, Sandel from Kemmer, and Morgan from Sublette. Sublette, by the way, is Big Piney and Pinedale all combined to make a race here. So we are getting set for the second half. This has been our intermission show brought to you by UNTI Vision, where our vision is to improve yours, and
the Wyoming Wild Meats halftime show offering fresh domesticated meats.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set with the 100-yard butterfly. You're tuned in to First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Swim and Dive live on mylocalradio.com. Red Devil and Eagle Swim and Dive live on mylocalradio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Thank you guys for coming. At Y-Hi, we are with you is more than just 3 simple words. It encompasses the principles we live by to serve our members and local communities. So if you're looking to keep your banking relationships local with a partner who will always be there for you, look to us. We're Y-Hi. We're Wyoming. We're with you. Visit yhi.org to learn how you can be a part of something bigger today.
Welcome back into Lyman Aquatic Center as Evanston and Lyman here at the Lyman Invitational alongside Kemmer and Sublette County, a combination of Pinedale and Big Piney. As soon we'll have the 100-yard butterfly as the names for that list presented here. In heat number 1, Shannon Henstig from Evanston, Gabe Platt from Kemmer, Stone Hooten from Lyman, Jared Hacklin from Sublette, Gavin Branning from Evanston, and Arik Lewis from Sublette County.
We're working on getting diving scores right now to see if we can give you some updated scores. So it looks like... So it does look like Eric Hughes wins with a 220.75. Second place is Bowman Sandel out of Kemmer with a 214.50, so only 6 points separating them. Third place is Michael Jackson of Evanston with a 138.85. And in fourth place, it is Lyle Morgan with a 95.65. Thank you.
As now we have the swimmers ready to go.
Let's go ahead and run through our heat assignments one more time and remind everybody that they are brought to you by Varsity Inc. Varsity Inc. We're on your team.
So lane 1 is Shannon Hengstig from Evanston. Lane 2, Gabe Platt from Kemmer. Lane 3, Stone Hoon from Lyman. Lane 4, Jared Hacklin from Sublette County. Lane 5, Gavin Branning from Evanston. And Lane 6, Arik Lewis from Sublette.
This is the 100-yard butterfly. This was the event that I think you got to be a brave soul to swim this one.
Yes.
This is difficult right here.
And we're off and underway. Right now, an even race between lanes 2, 3, 4, and 5. But right now, it looks like Stone Hoon with a little bit of a lead. But Gavin Branning right on his tail as now we get off the turn. Hoon with a little lead, but Branning right there as well. As in lane number 4, Hacklin from Sublette County there as well.
Keep your eye on... It looks like Evanston's Draymond Nebeker, or check that, I'm looking at the wrong one. That's Gavin Branning. He has a great turn here, but Stone Hooten, he's starting to really show why he was such a big player in that 200-yard IM. He's got a beautiful butterfly.
Beautiful butterfly for sure, as Hoon still with the lead, gets the turn off the wall, and now a battle for second between Hacklin, Branning, and in lane number 2, Sandal getting back into it as well.
Branning, it looks like he is in a battle right now with Hacklin. Keep your eye, though, also on lane 2's Gabe Platt of Kemmer.
And Hoon wins that one as a battle for second at the line. Looks like Hacklin. Ooh, that's close.
Lane 4 got it.
Yep, Hacklin got second place.
And then second.
Third is
Platt.
Gabe Platt, and fourth, Gavin Branning. Man, what a race.
Fifth place, it looks like it's going to be Ulrich Lillis as Sublet. And then sixth place, Shannon Hengsteg from Evanston.
Hengsteg, the freshman, finishing off.
I can't be sure because the state qualifying times aren't written on here like they are on some heat sheets. But judging from Hooten's response, he had a huge fist pump. I think he might have qualified for state. I don't know. Just judging off of his reaction, his body language.
Had a 107.20.
Yes, he did qualify.
Yes.
110.16 is the state qualifying. He had a 107.
So Hooten qualifying for state. Great run by Stone Hooten. As now we have our second heat here. And our line is presented by Bridger Valley Electric Association. Lane 1, Eldon Hogman. Lane 2, Caden Day from Sublette County. Lane 3, Andy DeClue from Sublette County. Lane 4, Mason Imoni from Lyman. Lane 5, Wyatt Sower from Evanston. And lane 6, the junior from Lyman, Porter Swenson.
Keep your eye on McClure, but also Mason Imoni. He comes in only 2 seconds down. He was 9 seconds down in the race. We saw him win earlier in the 200-yard freestyle. We'll see what he's got with the butterfly.
Swimmers on the boards. And once again, an early start from lane 4's Mason Imoni.
Yeah, they usually have him stand up when it looks like there might be a false start, but not a false start, so he's going to stay on the blocks.
And there we go, Imoni. Good start as we're even through these lanes, and looks like Eldon Hogman, no one in lane number 1, so Hogman not going to be in this competition. As Imoni with a slim lead over Andy DeClue in lane number 3. But look out for lane number 5, Wyatt Sawyer gaining a little bit of momentum here.
Yeah, but Imoni starting to lose a little bit of ground to DeClue as they are neck and neck. It looks like about a second, less than a second separating them. But what a turn there by DeClue.
DeClue with a slim lead over Imoni in a battle for third between Caden Day and Wyatt Sawyer. But lane 6, Porter Swenson gaining a little bit of time.
This turn is going to be vital for DeClue as Imoni is right there with them. They're going to be neck and neck coming down the backstretch.
Coming down the backstretch here, Imoni and DeClue. 1-2 at the moment. Imoni's
making a move.
That momentum. He might have it at the line. It's a dog race at the stripe.
Imoni got him.
Wow. Mason Imoni with the victory.
It is a 104.07 to 104.87. 0.8 of a second separating first and second.
Amazing finish between those two. And Imoni with his second win of the day.
Well, we're going to have both an Evanston and a Lyman swimmer of the meet. Imoni's making a very strong statement for Lyman swimmer of the meet, the freshman.
Wow, the freshman with a great time. Caden Day third in this heat. As coming up, we'll have the boys 100-yard freestyle. Lineups presented by Varsity Inc. Heat number 1 in lane number 2, Emmett Hansen, freshman from Sublette County. Lane 3, Nolan Orm from Sublette County. Number 4, sophomore from Evanston, Carter Horton. Number 5, a freshman in lane number 5, a freshman from Select County, Cactus Chrisman. Lane 6, a junior from Select County, Ruben Allen. And then in lane 7, Tucker Boyce, a freshman from Sublet.
Varsity Inc., we're on your team. Down and back twice in the 100-yard freestyle. This is going to be heat 1 of 3. Fastest seed time in this heat belongs to Carter Horton of Evanston.
We are underway once again. Nolan Orm with a slim advantage here. Actually, correction, that is Carter Horn with a advantage right now at the moment. Lane number 5, Cactus Christmas, getting there at the line. The turn's going to be pivotal here, as looks like Horn got that turn off well.
Yeah, but Christman is still too close to comfort for Horton. Christman actually starting to show a lot of strength right now from the freshman from Sublet.
Lane number 6, Ruben Allen there as well. Another turn, and Chrisman with the lead over Horton.
Keep your eye on lane 3 over there. That would be Nolan Orm out of Sublet. He is starting to become a factor here, but Chrisman stretching out his lead here.
Orm tracking down Horton. And Chrisman with a good lead at the moment.
If Horton's going to make a move, it has to be now.
Yes.
This is the final length of the pool, and it looks like Chrisman's going to try to hold him off.
Final leg, Chrisman right there at the finish line and gets the win. Horton second, Orm third.
111.96 to 113.63 as third place
Allen is fourth.
I was going to say third place is Orm. Yeah, you got that one. So, yeah, Allen is fourth. Fifth place is Hansen. And bringing it home in sixth place is lane 7, Boyce.
Great duel there by Chrisman and Horton. As heat number 2. Starting line is presented by Varsity Inc. We are on your side. Lane number 1, Juan Segura, the freshman from Evanston. Lane number 2, Braden Losick, the freshman from Sublette County. And lane number 3, Brady Schmidt, the freshman from Evanston. Lane number 4, Carson Ruby, the freshman from Sublette. Lane number 5, Wyatt Hyde, the junior from Sublette. Lane number 6, Thomas Simons, the junior from Kemmer. And lane number 7, the freshman from Sublette County, Lyle Morgan.
Elan, Olliff, and Anthony Colasuono are coming to you live from the Union broadcast booth and the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth.
Heat 2 of 3 for the boys' 100-yard freestyle.
This could be a battle with Sublette County's Ruby and Hyde all within 0.2 of a second of each other. And they're in 4 and 5.
Razors take their mark, and we are underway here in heat number 2. Right now, lane number 6, Thomas Simmons with a little bit of lead, but look at lane number 5, Wyatt Hyde with some pace. Everyone about even so far, but right now it is Carson Ruby, Wyatt Hyde, and Thomas Simons leading the way.
Don't count out Lyle Morgan over there in lane 7. He's swimming very strong well as we hit the halfway point.
And look at lane number 3, Brady Schmidt, the freshman from Evanston, getting a little bit of momentum. But lane number 1, Juan Segura, with some power at the moment.
Sometimes it's a bit of an advantage to be on that outside lane. It means you have the slower seat time, and you're out of sight. Because right now, 4 and 5, they are worrying about each other as Ruby is starting to pull away. But keep an eye on Segura over in lane 1.
Also in lane 7, Lyle Morgan gaining a little bit as well. It's going to be a race to the line. And Carson Ruby in lane number 4.
Whoa. Okay,
that's that one. All of them finishing within a couple of seconds of each other, tenths of a second.
104.64 for Ruby. Second place is a 105.97 in lane 6 for Simons. Third place is a 106.31 for Segura. Fourth place is a 107.04 for Lane 7, Lyle Morgan. Fifth place, 107.22. And then sixth place is a 107.67. So that tells you exactly how fast it was. Hyde was fifth, by the way. Losick was sixth and seventh. Sorry.
What a finish. We had about almost all of those divers right there at the end. As now heat number 3 ready to go. And we are underway.
Let's go. Lane assignments really quick, brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric, a Touchstone cooperative. And it looks like it's Ring from Sublette in 1, Hooten from Lyman in 2, Brown from Evanston in 3, Olson from Evanston in 4, Bentley from Lyman in 5, Bonnet from Sublette in 6, and Platt from Kemmer in 7. And it looks like an early lead for Olson.
Olson right there in lane number 4.
His teammate Braddock Brown is chasing him.
Yeah, Braddock Brown on the chase. Lane number 5. Evan Bentley from Lyman right there as well.
This turn is going to be pivotal for Olson, but Brown is right there with him.
Also Bentley as well. Both of them chasing Olson at the moment.
Olson has got to hang on here. This is the most pressure we've seen someone under going into the final. I think Olson's got it.
And he does at the line. First place Olson, second place Evan Bentley, and third place Braddock Brown from Evanston.
Olson, by the way, with a 55.10. That is going to be the fastest time in the 100-yard freestyle. Second place, 55.79. Third place, 56.27. Fourth place is Brix Hooten. Brix Hooten. Fifth place is Gavin Bonnet. Seventh place is Jacob Platt. Sixth place is Scotty Ring. Seventh place is Jacob Platt. As we move on to the 500-yard freestyle.
500-yard freestyle. And this is going to be one of those main events, a very grueling event as well, where stamina is going to be key.
Here's our lane assignments brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric Association, a Touchstone co-op. Lane 1, Draven Nebeker from Evanston. In lane 2, Reese Osborne from Lyman. Lane 3, Kyler Hoagman from Evanston. Lane 4, Hiram Bell from Evanston. Lane 5, Bowman Sandel from Kemmer. Lane 6, Jaden Casper from Evanston. And lane 7, Coulter Krell from Kemmer.
500-yard freestyle here. And this one is 20 laps altogether. So a huge race that's going to burn through stamina like nothing else.
Yep, absolutely. As midway through the race, we will have to take a commercial break, but we'll shrink the ads up in the top left corner so you can still watch the race during the commercial break. But this is a mentally grueling race because swimming, when you're racing, you're here at the pool. It's a loud environment. You don't hear any of that when you're down in the water. And when you're swimming for 500 yards, you're doing the same thing, except it's long, it's quiet, it's very much. They call the pitcher's mound. They call the pitcher's mound the most loneliest spot in sports. I would say that the 500-yard freestyle swimmer has a claim to that as well, because you are all by yourself. It's quiet, and it's a race of strategy. You don't want to go out too fast, but you also don't want to go out too slow because, as you can see, pace is going to be set. And early in lane 3, it looks like Kyler Hoagman's trying to set a pace, but he kind of shuts down quickly, and this is going to be all about strategy and kind of reeling people in, not letting them go, because you are going to get that one swimmer, and it looks like right now it could be lane 4's Hiram Bell, who tries to stretch a lead out early, and it is mentally exhausting to play catch-up in this race.
Definitely is. And you look at lane 7, Jaden Casper and Coulter Quayle. Right now, both tailing at the end, but a lot more laps to go, and possibly can save that energy for the end. As right now, Hiram Bell with the lead. Close following behind is Bowman Sandel, and then Kyler Hoagman in lane number 3. Lane 2's Reese Osborne there as well.
See, this is what I was talking about. You can't let anyone get too far in front because someone is going to try to have a steady pace push throughout this race. And it looks like Hiram Bell, as we are 4 lengths through, as he's about to hit the 125 mark right now. Well in the lead, but still a long race to go.
Long race to go. But Bell setting that pace as right now Hoagman and Sandel pacing here, saving a little bit of energy for later on as well as Reese Osborne for Evanston.
I'm so impressed with some of these top 500 freestyle swimmers because it means they're able to keep a pace that's just grueling for 6 minutes. I mean, 5:52.86 is Hiram Bell's seed time.
That's an amazing seed time, but also swimming for 6 straight minutes plus in a pool for some of these guys. Very energy dwindling.
Getting ready to hit the 200-yard mark. It's Bell, and he's starting to stretch that lead a little bit. He's starting to put a lot of daylight between him and his competitors.
Bell keeping good pace so far, not going too quick, but also not going too slow where he's allowing his competitors back in.
Anthony, we've got an update on the team scoring. In 4th place, it's Sublette with 33, Kemmer in 3rd place with 43, and in 2nd place, Lyman with 82, Evanston on top with 108.
Great score update. Right there, Evanston currently in 1st place and looking for another win as well as Hiram Bell has a huge lead at the moment. Everyone trying to chase him, but still a long ways to go.
And Anthony, he just hit the halfway point.
Yes.
So that's a great time for us to take a quick break. We're going to have to take a break. The ads will be shrunken up, playing in the top left corner so you can still enjoy the race. While the conclusion of the 500-yard freestyle after this, you're tuned into a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagles Swim live on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Freeway Tire offers a nationwide service protection plan that covers service parts and labor on select systems, keeping your vehicle on the road. Plus, it includes coverage for towing, lockout service, flat tire changing, fuel, oil, and water delivery service, and jump starts. Knowing that your vehicle is covered at over 50,000 dealer locations nationwide provides that peace of mind wherever you are. Get the details. Visit Freeway Tire and ask about the service protection plan. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Risk takers, adventure seekers, optimists, authentic people with the fire in their belly and greatness in their hearts. You'll find them here, in a place where the spirit of the cowboy lives and thrives.
I am a cowboy.
I am a cowboy.
Soy vaquera. The world needs more cowboys.
Back live here at the Lyman Aquatic Center. Anthony Colasuono alongside Elan Olliff in the boys 500-yard freestyle. And at the moment, Hiram Bell from Evanston in the driver's seat.
Yeah, he just hit the 400-yard mark. And one thing that we learned during the break is that the qualifying time to get here to get state in this event, 6:14.63. Hiram Bell has already qualified with a 5:52.86. So what you could be seeing right now from guys like Hoagman, like Lane 5's Sandel Bowman, is they're trying to keep him in sight and use him as a carrot, because if you can keep him within your sight lines, you're going to get that time. So you're just kind of using him, and it sounds like Bowman's on his final 50. Bell's on his final 50.
Bell taking control. But like what you said, the next closest time is Bowman Sandel from Kemmer. If he can keep Bell within his sight, we can see another one possibly qualify for state.
Yeah, it looks like right now, here comes Bell. He's going to win this thing going away.
Bell with the victory. Last little stretch for Hiram.
Holy
Bell.
cow.
And wow,
5:47.64.
Wow.
He actually beat his personal best, Anthony.
Woo. and by a wide margin as well. As now the fight here.
Lane 2, Reese Osborne looking to try to finish. Did he get it in time? He did. He's going to state. Woohoo! 6:09.32.
Topped his last best by 30 seconds.
Third place is lane 7, Coulter Krell, with a 6:17.70. Fourth place is Bowman Sandel. Sixth place is Sixth place is Kyler Hoagman. And I think there's only
6 in
this race. Yep.
But
So
like we talked about earlier in the beginning, Coulter Krell kept his distance, and look where it got him, a third place finish.
And the other thing is Reese Osborne expertly did what we were talking about, kept Bell right in his sights all the way to the finish, and because of that, he gets a state qualifying time and finishes second place.
Man, amazing 500. As now event number 9, the boys 200-yard freestyle relay, which we'll have here in a moment. Mine is presented by Varsity Inc.
Varsity Inc., we're on your team.
As right now the first heat of 2 in lane 2 will be Sublette County
D.
Yep,
Tucker Boyce, Emmett Hansen, Nolan Orm, and Ruben Allen. Lane 3, it'll be C for Evanston, Brady Schmidt, Michael Adams, Juan Segura, and Jaden Casper. C for Sublette in lane 4, Kyle Donaldson, Braden Losick, Christian Dennis, and Cactus Crispin. Sorry to take off from me, Anthony.
No problem whatsoever. As now we are off and underway here in the first heat at the moment.
It's going to be 4 down and back, so this is going to be a fast race because it basically is 4 guys swimming the 50-yard freestyle.
And right now, Brady Schmidt and Kyle Donaldson head-to-head. Tucker Boyce falling a little bit back.
It looks like Schmidt's got a little bit of a lead, but Donaldson is not letting him out of his sights. It is Evanston at the first change. And a great start by Michael Adams. He's putting already some distance between him and Losick.
Adams with a great start here, as right now Emmett Hansen in the water for Sublette County. As Evanston with a big lead here in heat number 1.
Yeah, now Evanston's getting ready to hand it off to Juan Segura. He's got a big lead. His job is just going to be to hold that and get it to the anchor, which is Jaden Casper. And right now, Segura is doing exactly what he needs to do. They've almost got a full-length lead on this one.
And now Christian Dennis in the water for Sublette County in lane 4. And now the other team from Sublette in lane 2, Nolan Orem.
Yeah, Emmett Hansen with a strong leg, but already headed towards the anchor leg at Segura. They're going to bring in Jaden Casper, the freshman from Evanston now.
Casper now on that last leg here for the Red Devils. As lane number 4's Sublette team, Cactus Christmas about to hop in the water, and there he goes.
A full-length lead for Casper. Evanston's C team is going to take this one fairly easily.
And the last person for Sublette's D team, Ruben Allen, to finish it off.
It's a final time for Evanston C. How about a 2-flat 2.5? Just slower than their C time at 2-flat 0.8.
And now Sublette's C team in lane number 4. Cactus Christmas going to finish this for them. A lane time of 2:16.48.
Let's go ahead and move on to our lane assignments for the varsity heat, brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric Association and Touchstone Cooperative. In lane 1, we have Sublette B with Carson Ruby, Scotty Ring, Caleb Wilson, and Joshua Sherbel. Kemmer A in lane 2, Malachi Villarreal, Camden, Killian, Bowman Sandel, and Coulter Krell. Evanston's A team with Wyatt Sawyer, Hanky Phillips, Gavin Branding, and Jacob Olson, a strong team in lane 3. Lyman's A, Stone Hooten, Trey Buckner, Mason Imoni, and Evan Bentley in lane 4. Sublet A with Gavin Bonnet, John Ruby, Jared Hacklin, and Andy DeClue in lane 5. And Evanston B with Braddock Brown, Hiram Bell, Draymond Nebaker, and Shannon Hegsteg in lane 6. Bridger Valley Electric Association, a Touchstone cooperative.
200-yard freestyle relay, heat number 2. Swimmers on the board.
This was our Ellingford brothers race to watch. Yes. 1 second separating Kemmer A in lane, or Evanston A in lane 1 and Lyman A in lane 4.
And here we go.
Hooten looks strong.
Hooten with a good start, but looking in that last lane, Braddock Brown right there, and look at lane number 2.
Villarreal out of nowhere. Villarreal puts Keimer up on at 1, Lyman 2, Evanston 3.
Camden Killian in the water now, and then in lane 4, Trey Buckner,
Hanky Phillips.
Lyman, and Hanky Phillips right there.
He won the 50-yard freestyle. This is an event, and this is a perfect position for him. If you go down early, you can put him in the water and send him to give you a lead.
And lane number 6, Hiram Bell, right there as well.
Here comes Gavin Browning for Evanston. They are neck and neck. It still looks like Kemmer, Lyman, Evanston, but it's much closer. Great start by Bell for Evanston. He just swam the 500, by the way.
Look at Imoni. Imoni with some speed in lane number 4. Look at him go.
He's a freshman. We're going to be talking about him for a long time.
Has won 2 events today and so far.
He might have just won it for Lyman on that one. It's going to come down to
anchor, Evan Bentley in the water, and then the anchor for Kemmer, Coulter Krell.
Yeah, and the anchor for Evanston, Jacob Olson. Tell you what, that did not look like a big, dominating lead because of the race being so short, but that was a great leg swam by Imoni. Lyman's going to win this thing.
Jacob Olson right there, though. Bentley trying to finish strong at the line, and Bentley finishes it off for Lyman. They get the first place victory. Evanston in lane number 3. Second place, and Kemmer in lane number 2.
141.15 to 141.27 between Evanston and Lyman. Third place, 142.90 for Kemmer. Fourth place is the Sublet A team. Fifth place is the Evanston B team, and sixth place is the Sublet B team.
Elan, what did we just witness right there? Wow.
Well, it's the first time I've seen Mason Imoni swim, and I got to tell you, I think I'm seeing someone that we're going to see for a long time. And he's a freshman. He may not win any state titles this year. He very well may, but if not this year, he's going to be a name that 3A needs to be in fear of for a while. That was impressive.
Just came out of nowhere. At that point, Kemmer and Evanston had a good hold.
Moving on to our next event number 10 of 12, the 100-yard backstroke.
Swimmers ready in the water, and quickly the lanes here. Arik Ellis in lane 2, Carter Horn in lane 3, Gage Scobie in lane 4, Jacob Freeman in lane 5, Christian Dennis in lane 6, and Shannon Hensteg in lane 7. Excuse me on that. And we are off and underway.
Fastest seed time in this one belongs to Gage Scooby at a 1:16.27.
Scooby right now leading the pack. Lane 3's Carter Horn right there as well as Jacob Freeman in lane number 5 for Evanston.
He's got a big lead in the seed times, but don't tell that to Christian Dennis over in Sublet. He is going to be chasing after him.
For sure, as right now Gage Scooby still with that lead. Jacob Freeman right there as well.
Scooby on that second 25 really started to put some distance between himself. Starting to show why he's got a nearly 8-second lead over the second fastest seed time.
Huge difference right there in seed time, as right now Scooby on another level at the moment.
It's probably Scobie. Now that I look at it.
Probably Scobie, yeah.
It's probably Scobie. I was about to say Scooby-Dooby-Doo, but then I looked at it and was like, that's only one O. Scobie. Apologies to his
Scooby
family.
Snacks, the fruit snack, the Scooby snacks.
Yep. Either way, Scobie gets this win.
Second place, looking like it'll go to Jacob Freeman, as right now at the end, a battle for third down the line between Dennis and Hensteg, and
went to Hensteg.
Hensteg in third.
Fourth place goes to Dennis. Fifth place to lane 3, Carter Horton. And in sixth place, it's Arik Lillis.
That was heat number 1 of 2 for the boys, 100-yard backstroke, as now we'll have heat number 2. Line is presented by Bridger Valley Electric Association. And in lane 1 will be Odin Iyer from Lyman. Lane 2, Chase Dennis from Evanston. Lane 3, Miles Taylor from Lyman. Lane 4, Camden Killian from Kemmer. Lane 5, Trey Buckner from Lyman. Lane 6, Jackson Daniels from Evanston. And lane 7, Spencer Cole from Lyman.
1:04.60 from Camden Killian. That is your fastest seat time. By the way, that lane assignment brought to you by Bridger Valley Electric Association, a Touchstone cooperative.
As right now, divers getting set and ready to go. Everyone ready for this heat number 2 in the boys 100-yard backstroke.
Only one qualifier so far for state, Camden Killian with 1:04.60. 1:08.28 is the time that everybody's going to chase. So if you can keep up with Killian, you're probably going to make
Trey Buckner on that level right there, possibly make it a state as we are underway at the moment. Lane 6, Jackson Daniels leading the pack at the moment, has a best time of 1:10.54.
What a turn by 3 over here in lane 3. It's Miles Taylor of Lyman. These Lyman freshmen are strong.
Very strong. The future of the swim program looks good for the Eagles, as right now Taylor right there with everyone else, and including Jackson Daniels in lane number 6.
That was a little bit of a long turnover in 3 for Miles.
But look at lane number 5.
Yep,
Trey Buckner right there.
It opened the door a little bit. He turned over, and you're only allowed to take one stroke. So he turned over, took the one stroke, and then had to kick a little bit closer to the wall to get the turn.
Daniels still has a slim margin, but head-to-head with Buckner right now. Buckner outpacing him just a little bit, might get the lead.
The race is in 6 and 7. Daniels, Buckner, Evanston, Lyman. 1:05.30. He's in.
Buckner gets first place. Second place goes to Jackson Daniels, 1:06.30.
Did they both get in?
Yes. Yes, they both got in. Lane 4, Camden Killian in third place. Miles takes 5th.
And it looks like Spencer 6th and Iyer of Lyman 7th.
The young stars of the Eagles program shining bright. As we're trying to clarify if the top 2 got into state, Camden Killian is already in.
So both of the top 2 did?
As now we have the boys 100-yard
Okay, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all qualified for state.
Wow.
So that's Miles Taylor, Camden Killian, Trey Buckner, and Jackson Daniels.
Woo. As now quickly starting lines presented by Varsity Inc. We got your back. Lane number 2, Emmett Hansen. Lane number 3, Ruben Allen. Lane number 4, Joshua Sherbo. Lane number 5, Thomas Simons. Lane 6, Juan Segura. And lane 7, Kyle Donaldson.
Lane 5, a beautiful start from Thomas Simons out of Kemmer.
Thomas Simons, a good start, but looking at lane number 3, Ruben Allen there as well for Sublette County.
In the breaststroke, it's very important to keep your rhythm out in the open water, but it's all about the turns. If you can kind of limit your time, because with the backstroke and the freestyle, you can do the flip turn. On strokes like the butterfly and the breaststroke, it has to be a two-hand touch and then launch off the wall. So it's a lot different of a turn and a lot different of a technique.
Lane 7, Kyle Donaldson there as well. Great turn, as right now we have a battle for the lead. Donaldson, Simons, Sherbel, and Allen all there. As lane number 6, Juan Segura getting close to the pack.
Yeah, but out of nowhere, Cole Spencer of Lyman, he's putting on a swim as well, and he's going after the leaders. Or check that, Kyle Donaldson, looking at the wrong one.
Right now, lane number 5, Thomas Simons right there. But
I think Donaldson's got the lead.
Donaldson might have the lead, but look at lane number 4, Joshua Sherbel there as well. It's going to be a race to the line.
It looks like it's going to belong to Simons. He looks very, very strong, but keep an eye.
Sherbel.
Sherbel is going to get him.
Looks like Simon.
Still.
Simons. Yes, Simons got it. Second place. Donaldson, third place is Allen.
Simons actually with the win.
Wow.
133.82 to 134.93. It looks like lane 5. Yeah, Simons gets the win. 133.82. Second place is Donaldson. 134.93. Third place, 135.19 for lane 3's Ruben Allen. Fourth is Sherbel. And then fifth is Segura. And then sixth, and Emmett Hansen.
And that's right.
What an ending for that one, is we're going to have.
Hang on, they're working some stuff out. We may have a. They're asking for backup times right now, so that there was very close.
Backup on 4 is 133.39.
So it looks like actually the win goes to Sherbel. He had a backup of 133.39. So did lane 4 get the win then? Lane 4 did get the win, so Sherbel gets the win.
Sherbel with the win. The freshman from Sublette County.
Let's go ahead and give you our Bridger Valley Electric Association lane assignments.
Lane number 1, Michael Adams. Lane number 2, John Ruby. Lane number 3, Andy DeClue. Lane 4, Eldon Hogman. Lane number 5, Hanky Phillips. Lane number 6, Kaden Day. And lane number 7, Caleb Wilson. Bridger Valley Electric Association, a Touchstone cooperative.
Hogman, by the way, the favorite with a 112.77 out of lane 4.
Swimmers ready, waiting for the horn.
Which would make sense. His brother Kyler is one of the best breaststrokers in the West.
And there we go. We are off and underway. Eldon Hogman not in lane number 4.
He moved over to 5, it looks like.
Yes, looks like.
As nobody's in 4, it looks like, which is interesting because
Hanky Phillips is in lane number 5. And he has a lead right now. Lane number 7, Caleb Wilson right there as well. And also lane number 3 is Andy DeClue.
You're right, that is Hanky Phillips. Hogman not present here today as he has missed all of the races he was scheduled in. So hopefully everything's okay with him. But Phillips with a great turn there. And he's putting in some distance. Probably the one that can catch him is over in lane 2 right now. That is John Ruby.
John Ruby catching up a little bit to Clue as well in lane number 3. But it's the Hanky Phillips show at the moment. Great spin off, as right now he is alone in first place. But lane number 7, Caleb Wilson from Sublette County right there as well, along as also with John Ruby in lane number 2.
Hanky Phillips was dominant in the 50-yard freestyle. He's dominant in the 100-yard breaststroke. Time of 1:16.18. Second place is lane 2 with John Ruby, it looks like, with a 119 flat. And third place is lane 6, Caden Day, with a 122.7. Fourth place is Caleb Wilson. Fifth place is Andy DeClue. And sixth place, Michael Adams.
Another win on the day for Hanky Phillips. As next up, we have...
It's the final event.
The final event, the boys 400-yard freestyle relay. Heat number 1 of 2. Alliance by Varsity Inc. We got your back. In lane number 2, it will be the Evanston C team of Dramian Nebeker, Shannon Hensteg, Jacob Freeman, and Carter Horn. Lane number 3, the B team for Sublette County, Scotty Ring, Wyatt Hyde, Carson Ruby, and Gage Scobie. In lane number 4, the Sublette C team, Brandon Losick, Kyle Donaldson, Lyle Morgan, and Joshua Sherbel. And in lane number 5, the Sublette D team, Cactus Christmas, Emmett Hansen, Arik Lillis, and Nolan Orm.
Yeah, Chrisman, he's actually been really impressive here. Later on today, though, we're going to see a heck of a showdown as Mason Imoni and Kyler Hoagman are going to be swimming against each other. That's going to be very interesting to see in the varsity heat. Varsity Inc., we're on your team. All right. So it looks like we now have a change in our leaderboard. Kemmer now with 63, Sublette with 76, Lyman with 127, and Evanston with 162 going into the final event.
As now the boys 400-yard freestyle relay, and it is lane number 2, Evanston, Damian Nebeker with a small lead, but now Scotty Ring with the lead. Great turn and has the driver's seat position, followed by Draymond Nebeker and Braden Losick.
He's going to have to make 2 more turns as Scotty Ring looks very, very comfortable right now out there.
And right now, great turn by Nebeker for Evanston. A slim margin as right now Sublette C team and Sublette D team falling behind just a little bit to Sublette B team and Evanston C team.
Ring and Nebeker, a junior and a sophomore, going head-to-head right now. And it looks like Ring's going to start stretching out a little bit of a lead here.
Ring with a little bit of lead, but Nebeker right there as the second markers for Evanston ready to go. Great dive by Wyatt Hyde continues that lead for Sublette B team.
Shannon Hegstad with a great start, giving himself a chance to chase down Hyde. It's 100 yards, so there's plenty of time to do it.
Currently in third place, Sublette C team, Kyle Donaldson, and just off the mound, the Sublette D team, Emmett Hansen.
Great turn by Hyde in lane 3. And his turns are really starting to create some separation here for Sublette B.
Hensteg's going to have to make up time here in the straight to give Evanston a chance at victory in heat number 1 here in the 400-yard freestyle relay.
Coach Levine off of the left side of the screen telling Hegstad, kick, kick, kick. And he needs a good turn here in order to try to bring in Wyatt. That thing's over a body length. I think Wyatt has got this thing to the point where all he's got to do is just kind of hand it off to the next man, which is which is Carson Ruby, and he's just got to hold it together.
Ruby ready to go. Good dive, and now Jacob Freeman in the water for Evanston.
Ooh, great start by Freeman. And see what a great start can do? It can bring that lead from over a body length to under a body length.
And Freeman's just done that. Good turn by Carson Ruby, but Freeman right there.
Freeman trying to track him down, but Ruby with a great turn. So Evanston's C team looks like they have a lot of really good starts, but this Sublette B team really showing how important the turns are in these races.
And now Carson on that final stretch along with Jacob Freeman as the C team for Sublette in lane number 4. Morgan Lau getting to that final lap.
In the water right now, you also have Lyle Morgan and Ulrich Lillis.
And look at Carson Ruby extending that lead. Jacob Freeman did not get a good turn off the wall. The lead even larger for the Sublet B team, as now Gage Scobie in the water for Sublet County.
Carter Horton for Evanston is going to have to chase down Scobie, but Scobie already almost a full pull length ahead.
And this Sublet B team making their presence felt in this event as the final man for the Sublet C team, Joshua Sherbull.
Well, Scobie, he's just got to go down and back one more time, and he can seal this thing for Sublet. Really, it was the swimming by Carson Ruby, or Wyatt Hyde, in that second leg. Ever since then, Sublet has just kind of been dominating this JV heat.
And right now, Gage Scobie on that last turn. This team, a top time on the year of 5:01.26. Actually, correction, 4:33.58. And now Scobie on the last leg here, and will get the victory for the Sublet B team.
So Sublet B gets the victory in the JV heat. Evanston C is going to come in second, and it looks like that's Sublet C. So they're going to bookend the top three here in this heat.
As the last one out there for the Sublet D team, Nolan Orm on his last leg, going to turn at the wall. And that's the results of heat number 1 of 2 here in the boys 400-yard freestyle relay.
Sublet B with a 4:36.0, Evanston C 4:42.55, and third place Sublet C with a 4:51.03.
And now finalize the first heat as Orm gets across that line.
5:18.54 for Sublet D on that one.
And now our last event of the day, heat number 2 in the boys 400-yard freestyle relay, and starting lines presented by Bridger Valley Electric Association, a Touchstone Cooperative. In lane number 1 will be Lyman's B team, Reese Osborne, Bricks Hooten, Stone Hooten, and Porter Swenson. Lane number 2, Evanston's B team, Jackson Daniels, Hiram Bell, Gavin Brenning, Eldon Hogman. Lane number 3, Evanston's A team, Jacob Olson, Dennis Chase, Kyler Hogman, and Braddock Brown. Lane number 4, Lyman's A team, Evan Bentley, Mason Imoni, Trey Buckner, and Odin Iyer. And then lane number 5, so that's A team, John Ruby, Gavin Bonnet, Caden Day, and Andy DeClue. And lane number 6, Kemmer's 18, Camden Killian, Coulter Krell, Jacob Platt, and Thomas Simons.
And we're already underway here. Strong start from Evanston over in lane 3 with Jacob Olson, as it looks like they do have an early lead. Wait a minute, keep an eye on Lyman.
Evan Bentley right there, but look at lane number 2, Jackson Daniels there as well for Evanston's B team. And now the flip back over, very close between the second, third, and fourth lane at the moment.
26-21 to 26-06. Lyman in the lead.
Wow. Lyman barely with the lead. Bentley has to get a good turn here, and it does. But Jacob Olson might have him out, but looks like Bentley took over the lead here on that stretch.
Olson was second in the 200-yard freestyle, so we'll see as they tag the wall.
And Imoni in the water, keeping the lead for Lyman. Lane number 3.
Down to the 100th of a second. Lyman and Evanston tied at that wall.
Wow. And Imoni with a huge lead now. Perfect turn off the wall, as now followed by Hiram Bell in lane number 2 and Dennis Chase in lane number 3 for Evanston.
Well, Imoni has kind of announced himself, I think, on this broadcast today. The freshman has been absolutely fantastic.
Look at lane number 2. Hiram Bell right there with Imoni.
No surprise, Bell was our 500 freestyle winner.
A dog race between Imoni and Bell. Gavin Branning and Trey Buckner on deck for Lyman and Evanston, both in the water simultaneously, as it looks like Branning might have a little bit of an edge, but here comes Buckner in lane number 4.
And also keep your eye in lane 2. It looks like Gavin Branning is going to try to overtake Lyman. Hoagman, though, starting to try to bring something back for Evanston A, but Evanston B is going toe-to-toe with Lyman A.
Wow, look at that. Branning might edge out here at the wall.
2:17.19 to 2:17.07. Lyman in the lead.
Lyman barely in the lead here. Buckner, a slim margin. Buckner gets to the wall first, and a good push off as now builds a little bit of a lead over Branning.
Eldon Hoagman going in for Evanston B, and Odin Air, the anchor leg for Lyman. There's Air going in
the water, and now Eldon Hoagman in the water for Evanston.
2:46.49 to 2:48.34.
And look at Air. He is moving, trying to create a bigger lead.
Air trying to bring this thing home to Lyman. He's just got to stay composed, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Hoagman starting to lose a little bit of time, but he's slowly but surely trying to claw it all back. Braddock Brown in for the Evanston A team.
That's your top 3 at the moment. And Air, look at him go, slicing through the water. As now a last stretch here for Air. Turns around off the wall. Hoagman in lane number 2, getting closely followed by Braddock Brown of Evanston for second.
Brown's overtaking Hoagman.
And Air, no one around him, wins it for Lyman A.
3:43.86.
And Brown trying to outpace Hoagman at the line and gets there for second place.
3:52.63 to 3:54.25.
What a finish between Evanston A and Evanston B, but Lyman with the win.
4th place is lane 5, Sublet A, with a 3:59.19. 5th place is Lyman B with a 4:04.20. And looks like 6th place is Kemmer A with a 4:11.59.
What a domination effort by Lyman. Air doing the job as the anchor, speeding through the water.
It'll be interesting to see what the team scores are, and we'll have those when we come back on our post-race show, brought to you by
Scott's Auto Body and Glass in Lyman.
All right, we'll be right back after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle Swim, live on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
At Reese Auto Service in Lyman, you will find highly skilled mechanics who will get the job done right the first time. They work on anything from light line jobs of tire alignments, suspension work, and oil changes to heavy line jobs of engine replacement, differentials, and all powertrain components. Make sure all your recreational vehicles are working at top speed by getting them checked at Reese Auto Service in Lyman so your time having fun doesn't end early. Reese Auto Service, 541 State Highway 413, Lyman.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
The very best place to stay when you visit Evanston, Wyoming is the Best Western Dunmar Inn. This amazing hotel is located on 10 beautiful acres and offers clean, comfortable rooms with amazing beds, a fitness center, an outdoor pool, open in the summer, and a wonderful on-site restaurant that provides a complimentary breakfast with every stay, all at an affordable rate. Whenever your travels bring you to Evanston, Wyoming, make all your room reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, 1601 Harrison Drive. Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Time for our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap on our Scott's Auto Body and Glass post-race show. Well, it started today with the 200-yard medley relay, and Evanston's A team of Hanky Phillips, Kyler Hoagman, Eldon Hoagman, and Wyatt Sawyer come home with the win. Second place is Sublette County's A team with Gage Scobie, Caden Day, Jared Hacklin, and Wyatt Hyde in second. And Kemmer's A team of Jacob Platt, Bowman Sandel, Gabe Platt, Thomas Simons in third.
In the boys 200-yard freestyle heat number, actually we're going to go to heat number 3. The win belonged to Mason Imoni of Lyman. Second place, Jacob Olson of Evanston. Third place is Hiram Bell of Evanston. Fourth, the senior from Evanston, Jackson Daniels. Fifth, senior Braddock Brown from Evanston. And sixth, Coulter Krell from Kemmer.
First of many statements made by Imoni today. Moving on to our 200-yard individual medley. It's won by Evanston senior Wyatt Sawyer. He was down going into the final 50, but he's such a good freestyle swimmer. He was able to kind of keep his composure, keep his strategy intact, and take home the win. Second place is Lyman's Evan Bentley. Third place is Camden Killian of Kemmer.
And in the boys 500-yard freestyle, in the 50-yard freestyle, excuse me, Hanky Phillips got the win for Evanston. Second place, Odin Air of Lyman. Third place, Porter Swenson of Lyman. Fourth was, I believe, Taylor Miles of Lyman. Fifth, Caleb Wilson. And sixth, Dennis Chase of Evanston.
In the boys 1 meter diving, it was Eric Hughes of Evanston with the win. Sandal Bowman of Kemmer takes second. Michael Jackson of Evanston takes third.
And in the boys 100-yard butterfly, the win went to Mason Imoni. Second place, Andy DeClue. And third place, Caden Day.
And moving on to the 100-yard freestyle, the win belongs to Evanston sophomore Jacob Olson. Lyman sophomore Evan Bentley is second. And Braddock Brown, the senior, with a great comeback, takes third.
In the only heat of the boys 500-yard freestyle, the win went to Hiram Bell of Evanston, the sophomore, with a great day. Second place, Lyman freshman Reese Osborne. And third, Coulter Krell, sophomore from Kemmer.
And I believe Reese Osborne qualifies for state thanks to that great performance in the 500-yard freestyle. And the boys 200-yard freestyle relay, Evanston's A team of Wyatt Sawyer, Hanky Phillips, Gavin Branning, and Jacob Olson take the win. Kemmer's A team of Malachi Villarreal, Camden Killian, Bowman Sandel, and Coulter Krell take second. And Sublet's B team of Carson Ruby, Scotty Ring, Caleb Wilson, and Joshua Sherbel takes third.
In the boys 100-yard backstroke, in the second heat, Trey Buckner takes the win, and he qualifies for state off of that. And second place was Evanston senior Jackson Daniels, who also qualifies from state from that. Third place, the senior from Kemmer, Camden Killian, here he qualified. So a great showing for him, a podium finish. And fourth place was the freshman from Lyman, Miles Taylor.
Moving on to the boys' 100-yard breaststroke. It is won by Evanston's Hanky Phillips. Second place is Sublette County's John Ruby. Sublet's sophomore Caden Day takes third.
And the final event of the evening, the boys' 400-yard freestyle relay. First place went to Lyman's A team, composed of Evan Bentley, Mason Imoni, Trey Buckner, and Odin Air. As second place was Evanston's A team, composed of Jacob Olson, Chase Dennis, Kyler Hogman, and Braddock Brown. In third place was Evanston's B team, Jackson Daniels, Hiram Bell, Gavin Branning, and Eldon Hogman.
And the final scores of the duel. In fourth place, it is Kemmer with 73 points. Sublette is third with 88 points. Lyman second with 145, and the Evanston Red Devils win today with 176. That's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston. We come back on the Scott's Auto Body and Glass post-race show. We will have our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Swims of the Meet. You're tuned in to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle Swim, live on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The town of Mountain View is located in the historic Bridger Valley and serves as the gateway to the high Uintas. With a panoramic view of the rugged Uinta peaks, you feel like you're in paradise. Our town park and scenic river walk offer a safe place for rest and relaxation. Looking for a great place to live? Our quality of life is great and our people are very friendly. Come join our tranquil way of life. The town of Mountain View, a gateway to the high Uintas.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
And we welcome you back to the Les Schwab Plains Tires broadcast booth and the Union Wireless broadcast booth here on MyLocalRadio.com, part of the My Local Radio Sports Network and our Scott's Auto Body and Glass post-race show. It's time for our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Swims of the Meet. And we'll go ahead and go to the home team first. Lyman, selected by Mr. Anthony Colasuono, voice of the Valley.
The Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Swim of the Meet for the Eagles. Had to be the last event where they took first place in the boys' 400-yard freestyle relay. That combined effort of Evan Bentley, Mason Imoni, Trey Buckner, and Odin Air just dominating. And Odin Air, as that anchor, made sure Lyman would win, slicing through that water. But also great displays from Bentley, Imoni, and Buckner as well.
It was a great showdown between Jackson Daniels and Evan Bentley in that first leg.
Yes.
But when Imoni went in the water, Lyman sewed this thing up.
Yes. Imoni, only a freshman, is crazy to believe. He's going to be up for some swim titles in the 3A. If not this year, it's a name to watch out for the next 3 years.
I was about to say, it's a name we will be watching with great anticipation and excitement for the next 3 years. For the Evanston Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Swim of the Meet, we're going to Wyatt Sawyer in the 200-yard IM. Goes into the final 50 down in second place. He is a great freestyle swimmer. He follows his strategy, saying, I got to keep in touch throughout the backstroke, the breaststroke, and the butterfly. He does exactly that and then pulls ahead and gets the win in the 200-yard freestyle. Great move by one of the most accomplished seniors on this Evanston team. He has been great for so long, and it's sad that that might be the last time I see him swim. But, man, what a performance by Wyatt Sawyer in the 200-yard IM.
Great performance by Wyatt Sawyer. You can't wrap it up any better than that.
Absolutely. That is our Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Swims of the Meet, brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Dentistry for the whole family. Call 307-789-8910 for your appointment today. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have our swimmers of the meet, brought to you by our different sponsors of those segments. And then we'll wrap things up live from Lyman High School. You're tuned in to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle swimming live on MyLocalRadio.com and the My Local Radio Sports Network.
When shopping for a new home or property, it's important that your realtor works to make the whole process simple. Serving customers for almost 20 years, the professional agents at Bridger Valley Realty will provide you with the information and resources you need to keep it simple without missing a step. Shopping for the perfect home or property can be a lot of fun.
Trust the Valley's proven realtors. Stop by and see us today.
Western Wyoming Beverages has been proudly owned and operated in Wyoming for over 50 years, providing reliable service, friendly staff, and the nation's top beverage products, including Pepsi. We always strive to be the premier business partner for our customers. Western Wyoming Beverages services Rock Springs, Green River, Jackson, Evanston, Kemmer, Pinedale, Wamsutter, Big Piney, Mountain View, and Lyman. Go Red Devils!
Going on a long trip is never any fun, especially when you are having to wait for your car to be serviced. Shop local and visit Scott's Auto Body and Glass in Lyman. Scott's Auto Body and Glass has the equipment to calibrate ADAS, known as Lane Departure Assist, so you know you are in good hands when you're needing your windshield replaced or your system calibrated. Tire alignments are done with the latest technology to save you time. Getting that specialized paint color or just touching up that rough spot is done with speed and precision at Scott's Auto Body and Glass. Visit Scott's Auto Body and Glass today to schedule your appointment at 125 Reese Road in Lyman.
And we welcome you back to the Scott's Auto Body and Glass post-race show. We'll kick it off with our Pepsi Swimmer of the Meet. Everything is brought to you by Western Wyoming Beverages. Everything is better with Pepsi. And who is better today for Evanston? Well, we got to go with the accomplished veteran. That is Hanky Phillips. I remember when he was a freshman, he showed a lot of promise and a lot of just great stuff going into his sophomore year, and now here we are. He is a senior. He wins the 50-yard freestyle, really in dominating fashion, and then comes and gets an event that he was not even predicted to be in the top. When you look at the seed times, he wasn't expected to be in the top 3, and he comes and he wins the 100-yard breaststroke. So Hanky Phillips gets our Pepsi Swimmer of the Meet. Everything is better with Pepsi, brought to you by Western Wyoming Beverages.
And our Bridger Valley Realty Swimmer of the Meet honors for the Lyman Eagles goes to freshman Mason Imoni. Who else? 2 individual events, one team event, which was the last event of the day. So 3 total events won on the day, and in all of those events, he was not even favored to, be the best one. His times were second or third from his best, but broke all of his personal bests today, and 3 wins on the day for the freshman.
Imoni was 3rd fastest seed time in the 200-yard freestyle. He improves by 7 seconds, goes and gets that win. And in the 100-yard butterfly, he was the 2nd fastest. So you're right. He wasn't favored in any of the events he ended up winning today, and he sweeps here at his home invite as a freshman.
Man, what else can you do about that? Yeah. And also just doing it in front of the home crowd as well. Mason Imoni is the Bridger Valley Realty Swimmer of the Meet.
And that is going to do it for our coverage of the 2024 Lyman Boys Swimming Invite. Big thank you to our producer back at the studio in downtown Evanston, Mr. Colton Bagley, our webmaster, Sean Hando, our executive producer and owner, Val Cook, who we could not do this without his support, our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, our sales manager, Matt Petrie, our sales associates, Julie Burley, Julie Nelson, Sarah Pay, and AJ Lamb, and the rest of the staff at My Local Radio Sports. We have voice of the Jackson Hole Bronx, Mr. Jake Nichols, voice of the Rich Rebels in Utah, Mr. Aaron Poling, voice of the Preston Indians in Idaho, Mr. Dan Hubbard, voice of the Westside Pirates in Idaho, Mr. Cody Olson, and my broadcast partner, voice of the Bridger Valley, Mr. Anthony Colasuono. I'm Elan Olliff, and we'll see you next time the ball flies, which will be for Lyman and Mountain View tomorrow night. It's the Bridger Valley rivalry, Part 1, live from
Lyman High School.
Lyman High School, just a stone's throw away. Pregame show at
5:30. Girls tip off at 6. Boys at 7:30. Do not miss out on the action. As for you, Elan, what are your times?
Our Evanston fans can catch the Evanston Red Devils live tomorrow, live from Red Devil Gymnasium, taking on the Jackson Lady Bronx. Pregame show at 1 o'clock, brought to you by Cazin's Ace and Furniture. Girls tip off at 1:30, boys at 3. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. We'll see you then. Thank you so much for tuning in, and take care.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports